It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him.
It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism.
What he means by pessimism is resistance. And that's what COINTELPRO was all about, stopping the resistance.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change.
We hide it in plain sight. One of Plato's greatest works was the allegory of the cave. I feel in order to understand the political matrix, we need only to look into this allegory. We first have to open our minds to the possibility everything is not as it seems. That things we've always known to be truth may be lies. For if we can't perceive the lies we've ingested, we can't see the bars on our mental conditioning. For that is how you walk out of the cave and see the political matrix. Hello, everybody. This is the Political Matrix. I am your host, Marcus Morpheus Cage, here with my lovely colleague, and I'm glad that she's able to join us. You guys didn't know, had some different things going on. I'll let her talk about it a little bit more. But and not being able to have Till and have her back, I figured it'd be a good time for her to recap some things. So welcome, Teal, and let everybody know how you doing and how what's been going on the last couple last week or so.
What's up, y'all? Long time no see. I missed y'all. Y'all, if y'all know anything about these data centers going around all over the place, Virginia has a majority of them. And we've been having issues with our power company raising our fucking usage costs, and people's bills are astronomically too high. People's bills who went from being like $350 a month have skyrocketed to somewhere between $750 $1,000 a month, which makes absolutely no sense. Motherfuckers could barely pay it in the first place. That's neither my problem, but my problem is the fact that they be fucking with shit. So there's some trees on my tree line on the back of my property that are marked to get removed for power line extensions, and they're claiming because our population, our city has started to increase, we need to have more power lines and things. So I'm having rolling blackouts, like you can call me California in so many words. So yeah, last week didn't have power for like 2 days. I'm a hurricane survivor and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I know what it's like once my power goes out, what to do and what not to do. Don't open your fridge, don't open your freezers. I have deep freezers. I moved everything to my deep freezer because I had no actual timeline of when I was getting my shit back. So that was last week, and then just bad communication on my end. It's outside, it's hot outside, I be outside. So sometimes I end up having to go places and dance, and I danced on a Saturday night, ended up pulling an all-nighter, got back home about 8-9 o'clock in the morning and thought I was going to take a 3-hour nap and ended up sleeping for 14 hours. That was beautiful, to be honest. Whew, child, that was a beautiful sleep. I think I only got up to pee twice. But yeah, that's just how life has been lifing right now. But outside of that, I've just been sitting back looking at how the world is burning.
Yeah.
And every day I wake up and that man ain't dead. The fuck? I'm just not understanding. How are we missing? How are we missing the mark? It's not that hard to miss. Like, golly. You telling me they got JFK with one? Wow. Up out of here.
From a distance.
Abraham, from a distance, around the corner. That bitch bit. How? I ain't never, still to this day, I ain't seen a bullet spin the block, bend the corner. Yet. And 2 times, y'all are 0-2.
Wait a minute.
After a while,
It's what is it? 0-3 at this point. 0-4.
0-3. 0-3.
Yeah, remember you had the guy who was big on Ukraine who tried to like shoot through the foot to shoot through Mar-a-Lago.
Was he even there that day?
Yeah, he was there that day.
Okay, well, 0-3 at the most. I don't know about 0-4 because if it's 0-4, I'm gonna need y'all to just give it up. Like, stop.
The fourth guy got caught at the he got caught snooping around Mar-a-Lago with a weapon.
That don't count. I don't consider that. You could have been saying you were gator hunting in the back of Mar-a-Lago. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't count.
I mean, it is Florida. It is a carry heavy state.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? He could have just been wrong place, wrong time type vibes. But 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
0-3, y'all. If y'all put bets on motherfuckers that were 0-3 in the SEC, y'all know y'all wouldn't get y'all money back. Give it up, bro. Give it up. This motherfucker don't even work out. There's no way that this man is and not to mention, y'all tried to hit him with the old Abraham Lincoln at the dinner party. You know what I'm saying? And the worst part is his old senile dementia ass didn't even move. He didn't move, y'all. He was a sitting target. Literally sitting. Looking around. Giving the old Joe
He was
Biden
smiling.
face.
He was smiling.
The Joe Biden blank face. Nothing was going on behind them eyeballs. And y'all missed that?
Then young broke come in, roasted me right off the bat, boy. Coming after the KC kid, huh? It's all love, though. It's all love.
I'm just saying, if KC was 0-3, would you have hope that they'd be taking home the Super Bowl? No. Because they're 0-3.
Now, halfway through the season, I was already like, all right, hang it up.
Oh, see? See what I'm saying? Halfway through this presidency, go and hang it up. Let him just ride it out. He already done did the damage he gonna do. What more can he do? Let me not say that because there will be more.
Don't say that. That's like saying, well, can it get any worse? Shit can always get worse.
It can. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that don't make sense to me. Like, none of this is making sense to me. Like, go on, give it up. Let him rock out. You know what I'm saying? With his cock out. Wouldn't be the first time. You know? Just let him do his thing. Because, like, you're not stopping it. Because if that was the case, I don't know. Y'all wouldn't have voted him in the first place. If niggas was really stopping something. So just let him do him, bro. It's at a point where it's not even fun no more. Like 2 attempts ago, we was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It would kind of be a little, you know what I'm saying? If that happened. Now, we don't even care, bro. Like, whatever. Y'all suck at it. So go find something else.
So where do you come down on it? Do you come down on it that it is it's an attempt that failed, or are we talking about a staged
all this shit is staged
event
at this point? Because out of the 3, 2 of them got to be staged. Obviously Pennsylvania, obviously this. The one in between, the shooting through Mar-a-Lago, that might have been real.
I think that one might have been real too, because dude seemed a little crazy, but it was a lot of stuff about it. I don't know. You remember that one?
Yeah,
because he got convicted and everything.
But prime example. That one got convicted. Where are the other 2?
Well, the butler.
Ooh. Oh, it was the butler in the office with the candlestick holder. Fuck out of here, bro. No, fuck out of here, bro. I can play Clue. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all have ever played Clue, or I don't know if you've ever watched SVU Law and Order with your parents growing up and you had to play Who the Fuck Done It. You get what I'm saying? But I want to let y'all in on something. If there's a special guest, they did it. Ha ha. So, prime example, if there's a special guest, they fucking did it. And somebody paid to have that special guest on that episode, i.e., on this episode of Who's Gonna Try to Kill Trump this month, they paid them first 2 motherfuckers. The first one and the last one. That is a pay. Secondly, have you ever really seen a light-skinned man outside of G Herbo had that type of fire on him, like had that type of oomph in him? No, that light-skinned nigga from Cali, if y'all could give me the worst script writer ever, is whoever's writing Donald Trump's script. Like, his life or this section of Simpson is terrible. Terrible. Give me new writers. You got a clean-cut, light-skinned, Drake-looking nigga?
Oh, I think he worked in IT or something too.
You gave me a clean cut IT nerd Drake looking nigga. I don't believe it. Y'all were better off with the dark skinned dude with the I rock with Allah hoodies. Y'all was better with that one. At least that one gave me a little pizzazz, little spice.
Mm.
You gave me a clean cut IT nerd, Silicon Valley, probably never pulled the trigger on a practice gun. Light skinned nigga that look like Drake. Drake don't even shoot at his own people. He pays somebody else to do it. And you telling me somebody with a Silicon Valley, that type of salary, he gonna go do the work himself? Baby, he don't even come to your house to fix your computer. The fuck? Make that
It
make
was,
sense. I'll wait.
and it was crazy, like the people around here, because I can't remember what city it was, but he was around here around the LA area, and he got busted. Like his neighbors were like, "What?" When he got arrested, when he was the perp, it
Mm-hmm.
was like, no, I didn't. I mean, no, he was a good kid, comes from a good family. We never seen that come. I mean, his family, I guess they said that something was up. They the only ones that felt like he was acting a little weird.
Because he got
Torrance,
paid. I, I,
that's what
I,
it
I,
was. Thanks, Charmonique. He's from Torrance. Oh, let me do a little housekeeping real quick.
oh, hey, y'all.
Shout out everybody. What's up? See a Core Lords in the building. I see a dingo ate my babies in the building.
Hey, Dingo.
Rocking killer. Okay. All right. Slow down there. I see Uncle Warren is in the building. What's up, Uncle Warren? It says young broke Sudu. I hope I got that right. And I see Charmonique definitely is in the building. Shout out to her. Shout out to everybody else who's hopping in. Yeah, I decided that I wanted to get Till's take on this because I guess it's been 2 weeks. And Jackie, hey Jackie, I see
I
Jackie
was about to
also.
say, Jackie's here. Hi,
I
Jackie, from
see I
across
see
the
Myra
pond.
also. I mean, sorry, Mariah. My apologies.
Hey, Mariah.
Mariah is in the building also. But I figured all this stuff going on, I figured I'd almost treat this more like an interview and ask Teal, like, what's up on all these different topics that's been on my mind? Because I haven't been able to talk to her either, really, busy with my own stuff and then, not talking throughout the week, whatever. It's just a bunch of topics that even when you do talk, everything's not on your mind to bring up. And so now I figure it's a good time for me to bring up some of these things. And the assassination attempt was one of the big things that was on my mind because I definitely wanted to hear, what Voodoo had to say. Oh,
And to bring up another point,
mm-hmm.
Charlie Kirk only had an attempt happen once, and they succeeded. God damn, where is that man's family? Okay, if we need to get something done, y'all talking to the wrong people. Where y'all need to be at? Y'all need to be in West Virginia talking to somebody who just got their food stamps cut. Pick that nigga up. Pick Billy Ray up. I need Billy Ray and Bubba on the motherfucking mission. That's who I need. I need a Republican that's on the verge of switching, that's mad at the fact that he's agreeing with Democrats today. That's who I need. I need that guy. Got a Budweiser in his hand, goddamn Colt 45 on his hip, talking about some goddamn it, spits in the goddamn can. I'm sick of this shit. I need him on the case. Where's he? I don't want no black people on the case no more. I don't want no Arabs on the case no more. I don't want the Mexicans on the case no more. I don't want the Haitians on the case no more. I don't want anybody that might need a green card or a passport on the case no more. No, I need a down home, fed, American bred, Mountain Dew drinking, dipping, gun shooting at the goddamn beer cans in the backyard. Got two beagles that sit in the back of the house full of cats, smell like urine, big ass baby mama type of motherfucker on the case. That's who I
That
need.
that marks hunting season on his calendars.
What? Every day hunting season, baby. Because there's
he
something to
can't
kill every day.
he can't wait till deer season start.
Baby, deer.
Need me a $10.
Okay, because he got a $10 that he seen last season he couldn't get to. He missed it. He need to get muskrat season, raccoon. Every day is hunting season, baby. There's something to kill. That's who I want on the case. I need a man that eat muskrat and coon. Make his own sausage. That type of motherfucker. Field dress a goddamn some shit you don't even know. What's them little mouses with the long ass tails that be hopping? Yeah,
Talking about field
exactly.
mouse.
No, it's got a whole nother name, but he know it. He know what the fuck it's called. That's who I need. Y'all playing, sitting here sending goddamn Hassan and goddamn Jamal on the. No, we don't need them. Shit. I need Billy Ray and Mike. Shit. Get the shit done. This shit ridiculous. 0-3? 0-3, bro. You a
There's
bitch.
somebody
You
named
bitches about it.
Junior.
Huh? And he ain't even the second. He the first, and they still call him Junior. That's who I need. Y'all playing with my life, and every time y'all get me hype, I be excited, like, oh shit, look at them. Da, 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 da. I wait for the news to drop it, tell me who done it. I look at the picture, I'm like, look at this shit. Y'all making this shit up.
Dude, there's more stuff. I don't know if you've seen one of the videos. You saw the officer walked over there with the dog, right? And he goes over into an area. I was under the impression like that this was like a room or broom closet or something that he went into. This girl, I guess she's explaining it like for people who are familiar with that hotel or whatever. It was a hallway with a bunch of elevators. So he just went straight into the middle of a hallway, wide open, and the hallway opens up to where the press cameras are at. Like once you go through the hallway, it goes over to another area where the red carpet area is, and all the reporters are sitting right there on the other side of that. So he's sitting in between basically the entrance and the metal detectors and dogs and all that other stuff on one side, and then on the other side he has all the media sitting on the other side.
So what the fuck the dog's there for? Drugs or bombs?
No, the dog. I'm guessing it's probably for bombs, but the dog went up and sniffed him. The officer pulled the dog away.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, they pulled the dog away from him.
I heard that the people here were like TSA people too. Oh, they got TSA.
I don't know. I mean, it was just. I'm gonna see if I can find that video that I saw on the video that I watched on Twitter. I was like,
well, I got another question for y'all, and maybe y'all can help me figure this out. I know most of us don't have Ring cameras because we don't want the government and whatnot in our shit. But I was just curious to know, how is it that I've gotten better footage off of a Ring camera than they have for this entire thing? Can anybody answer that for me? Why is the quality of the video footage terrible, but I can look at my neighbor's Ring camera and see down my block clear as hell, 1080p?
See, let me put this on the screen right here. This video that I saw, this is where the dog is walking over.
Look at this shit.
I was like, okay, that's
peculiar.
So let's take it back to the beginning. See, that's him walking in there. That's the dog walking up behind him. He's staring at the guy, watching him, walks away, and then 2 seconds later, he comes out like that. Not even 2 seconds, 1 second later.
But y'all gonna tell me dog don't know how to do his job? You gonna pull the dog away like dog ain't doing his job? What is the dog there for then? The dog trying to tell you something.
And oh yeah, by the way,
the shooter,
this guy somehow gets shot in the exchange. If you notice, watch her right here.
Okay.
She sees him aiming at him. Fire, fire, fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then somewhere, oh, now this guy got hit.
I just want to know, did they kill him?
No.
What in the
No, they
Flash?
didn't.
Is
They
this
didn't
nigga
kill him.
Flash?
They
Okay,
didn't
back it
kill
up. One
him
more time.
for.
One more time.
They didn't kill him at all. Also, when they have him apprehended on the ground, there's no blood on him.
Hold on. Run it back one more time. I just want to. I'm about to
Yeah.
do nigga commentary on this because this don't make no sense.
All right. And let me know if you want me to stop it at any point.
Okay. Boom. Dog's like, hey, thinking that nigga's up to no good. Being racist. German Shepherd. Got it. This motherfucker. Pause. First off, obviously, who the fuck put the metal detectors up? Because why is it not detecting no metal? Okay? That bitch supposed to be there detecting fires. And y'all ain't getting none of the guns. Got it. Okay, keep pausing. Dog doing his job. Metal detector is not doing their job. Got it. These motherfuckers breaking down the metal detector. This man runs back through. Wait, okay, damn, he's so goddamn fast.
Yeah,
that's the point I'm trying to make right now. What in the Marvel Flash is going to fuck on? Okay, you telling me a nigga with that type of speed said I'ma work in Silicon Valley and do IT?
Yeah.
Could be on the fucking Play it again. Boom. Dog's like, wait, that man's up to no good. Bing bop boom bop bop pow. Flash. That mind turned into a blur. Couldn't even undo they straps fast enough. Secondly, fuck y'all got in charge of saving this nigga. Look how slow these niggas are to respond. Why are y'all not running behind him? Why are y'all not apprehending the suspect? I seen y'all run behind niggas in Chicago better than that. So y'all niggas ran down that white lady in Minnesota faster than that. See, old boy in the bottom left, he was on that shit. He was like, whoa, what the fuck? Okay, pause. Don't play. Stop. What the fuck are the Three Stooges doing in the back?
Look at them. They're all cringing. They're like, oh shit.
What the fuck are the Three Stooges doing in the back? What is this Secret Service 007 dress motherfucker doing to the right? Why are you not backed up, aimed up, nigga? That's your job. Why is he still fucking with a metal detector that's not even on right now?
Why didn't you tackle him?
Come on, you could have got him. What are we doing? What are you doing?
You should have tackled him at that point. I'm just saying.
All right, part two. This is the other thing I want to do. At any point in time, was this dinner televised to the public?
The dinner was televised, yeah.
In real time to the public.
Was
yes. It televised? Okay.
I think so.
Now, this is the other thing that I want to let you know. There is no such thing as live TV anymore.
Of course.
Okay, of course. If you can bleep out the word nigga and make it seem as if it was real live TV, then y'all thought it's already happening. So why did y'all still air it? Okay, back to the script writing. Like I said, oh boy could have tackled him. That motherfucker on the bottom left, if anybody's real, that motherfucker right there is not real. If anybody's real, is that one in the bottom left. Because I ain't never seen 6 cops give a fuck about a metal detector and not give a fuck about a nigga that's got a fucking AR in his fucking hand. Okay? I've seen 6 cops off a human and they didn't even have a weapon on them. Okay? I've seen those videos.
Man, let me hope that these are paramedics or something, because like
no, them motherfuckers got blue on. You know what blue means.
You just got a random, what is this, TSA over here? Like, what is going on?
That's what I'm telling you. That is TSA. Those are the TSA people that couldn't get jobs, still doing what the fuck they was doing. So they decided to be Secret Service, obviously.
And obviously, look where her fire is coming from. Obviously, that's a miss. That is clearly a miss.
My thing is, why she ain't hit the nigga?
She's way behind him.
Why she ain't hit the man? She should have been hit no boy right here.
Well, you're supposed to be leading your target, but also if you're, that's another thing. If you know that there's another officer on the other side of him, why the hell are you shooting right here? You're not even taking the chance that you might hit old boy behind him. You're supposed to, when you're firing on any kind of target, you're supposed to always pay attention to what is behind the target. And if you got another human being right on the other side, because you can see muzzle flash right here. Now I can tell by this direction, she completely missed. She probably she probably hit this this container or the wall or the door or something behind, because that is way behind him. That is I don't understand that. You were the first person to get a shot off. You're the only person to see, okay, you saw him running over here where the metal detector was at. You were able to get your weapon out. You missed, and now you're behind him. Can't even catch up to him. He's running. You can't move your arm fast, and this man can run. I don't know. Maybe at the precinct, maybe they need to practice with moving targets. I don't know, because the stationary ones, I guess, is not effective enough. Let's see, push. And as long as it took for him to get his gun out, Secret Service, come on, bro. Come
Terrible.
on. Dude,
Terrible.
when I worked armor truck, if you worked in armor truck and you were that slow to get your gun out during a robbery, you're a dead man. And then I'll say, let me stop sharing this for a minute. But I'm like, how? What? It makes no sense. Oh, Jackie, this took place. What was it, last Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
And he gets apprehended before he even gets close to the ballroom, and he doesn't even get in there. They just hear all the shots. The people who were sitting in the ballroom, they can hear the shots from outside, and that's what they show. Yes, crossfiring. From what I heard, there was even bullet holes, but then again, you never know what to believe now. The way I'm looking at it, and let me go back to it one more time, see if I notice something different. I really only see one officer get off a shot. I mean, they started shooting. They started shooting after.
Why she ain't hit old boy in the 007 suit with the way she was throwing bullets?
Because
she was got grazed.
Because you could tell she was way off. Her line of fire was aiming more towards the container instead of the other side where he was at. Like if she would have been actually aiming at him, it would have been a good chance she would have possibly hit the agent also.
Okay, so let me tell you this one. So I watch a lot of wild ass videos, i.e. gun videos, okay? And I like to watch this one white boy who will find random things to hit Frank. If you watch the same videos I watch, y'all know who Frank is. Frank is a dummy that they have. So this recent week, they did baking sheets. And I wanted to know because I'm a baker. And a 22 went through 9 baking sheets. I think 7 or 9, it stopped. The 9mm went through 18 baking sheets.
What was the range?
The same range that bitch is from that motherfucker right there.
Okay.
Not prone, kneeling on me. Pretty close range. I'd have to say 7 feet max that he was. About 7 feet max. Even farther away than what Shorty was from this motherfucking goddamn dude. A 9mm went through 18 to 20 bacon sheets. You're telling me that your wild ass shooting didn't hit the motherfucker through him? You're talking about, she was shooting at the box that holds what? Equipment.
Well, I don't think she was intentionally shooting at the box. I'm just saying, looking at the line on which that muzzle flash is going from, that's the reason why it's a definite miss. She was behind her target.
Yeah, it definitely missed that nigga, but it should have hit 007, is what I'm saying.
Oh, she was off.
Did not move.
What I'm saying is she was off. She was way off. I don't even think above or below. I think she was to the left.
But that's the point I'm making, Marcus. Because she follows him. Like you said, she's following that target. During the following, he passes him on the left, 007, which means a late bullet should have hit his ass. Because he's stationary. It should have hit him. So why the fuck is 007 not on the ground crying about something? You telling me he didn't even get grazed?
Nope.
All right, then. I don't want
Not even close to him.
Come on, bro. Fake news, bro. Donald Trump hands. Fake news, man.
So I'm gonna see that again. I want to see how. Well,
Why
yeah,
are
these
they not
guys,
paying attention to nobody?
they ain't paying attention to nothing.
What are y'all securing? Y'all some bums. Y'all sitting there talking about donuts, packing up the metal detector.
They looking like they ready to go home or something.
Y'all trying to clock out. Y'all ain't even ready. Bow, bow, bow. Damn, that motherfucker couldn't even get his firearm out fast. You see how he was
It
struggling?
don't. It don't even look like these two. It don't even look like the rest of them fired any shots. It looked like all the shots came from one person. That
They
one
only
female
came from one
officer.
person. That one female that was on, she didn't clock out yet.
She the only one. You got all these officers sitting here. And here's another thing. Oh my god. His situational awareness is horrible. Look at his posture. Dude, look at how his right foot is all kicked out. You
That's what
leaning
that
on this
man
thing.
clocked out, bro. He is clocked out.
He shouldn't be clocked out as long as that earpiece is still in.
For what?
As you can see
What's
right
the earpiece
here.
in? What's the earpiece in for?
I don't know what
That
it's
man
in
is
for
literally
because
running. Why is he not paying attention to the man at the top at 12 o'clock with a gun in his hand that's not one of them? Why is he looking down the hallway? Where is he looking at? What is some ass?
why is his eyes fixed on one position so long? If you're on,
Your back
his
is to
head
a
should be
door.
panning. His head should be panning at all
Why
times.
is your back to a door? Why is your back to a door, bro?
And the crazy
double door
part
at
is
that.
he's supposed to be the most trained person
And he was
of any
struggling to
of
get his
them.
firearm out. And he was struggling to get his firearm out the motherfucking holster.
That's my point.
What the fuck? Baby, you know how? Let me tell y'all a hypothetical story, allegedly. I got to go to court later on in the year because I'm a witness to something that happened at a 7-Eleven that I like to go to frequently, right? And I just so happened to be sitting in the parking lot, drinking my Red Bull, having my snacky snacks. And I see a wild ass homeless man, allegedly, keep that in mind, come out the 7-Eleven stealing, and the 7-Eleven workers behind him saying, "You can't steal that, you can't steal that." Now I know this lady. I like the 7-Eleven worker. This man dug in his backpack, pulled out a pipe, and proceeded to go after my 7-Eleven worker. I hopped out that motherfucker so bit, baby, allegedly, hopped out that motherfucking car and had that pistol damn near at his temple in less than 10 seconds. Probably less than 5. I can't even tell you how fast I moved out that motherfucking car. But let me tell you something. He ain't putting not near one swing on that fucking 7-Eleven worker. And I was farther away and had to go through a door of my car to even get to him. I'm not Secret Service, though.
I don't know if this is a fact, but I was always told that Secret Service have to be trained to draw and fire at the same time.
Come on. Ain't y'all supposed to be veterans or some shit? Or at least better than veterans in between military and SEALs or something of that nature?
Because military and police are trained to draw your weapon and then aim to fire.
Thank you.
They're supposed to eliminate that step by doing it all in one fluid motion. Up, pow. That's what they should be able to do.
You know why? Because they're supposed to identify the threat immediately.
They're supposed to have already identified the threat by being vigilant and observing your surroundings.
Oh, not kicking your foot out and relaxing on the box. That's not in their job description. Look like
here, I put it this way. Let's say it was 2 of them.
Baby,
if one of them wanted to take out that officer, that Secret Service agent, he had no chance to stop him. If that guy wanted to take him out, he had no chance. If he would have came through spraying instead, he probably would have got damn near everybody in that office. I mean, everybody in that whole lobby area.
Wait, look, I watched that Secret Service dude, not the light-skinned dude with the locks that be killing everybody, but the other, the one that looked like the meat man. Big buff burly white boy. I watched his podcast one day. He was sitting down with like a SEAL, a Green Beret, and something else. And that man, they said, how long would it take for you to, you know what I'm saying, kill everybody in this room? He said 10 seconds. And he answered the question in less than 10 seconds. And he knew how fast it went. He said, yeah, I'll kick this table up, pin y'all against the wall, bow to the right, bow to the left, and I'll air y'all out through the table. 10 seconds. What the fuck?
I mean, as slow as this guy was getting his gun together, just getting it out of the holster, back when I used to do armored truck and I used to, practice on a regular with my weapon, I could have probably took my Glock while it was disassembled, put it together, and fired it faster than he could get it out of the holster.
Marcus, that ain't Secret Service. That's not Secret Service. And if that's our Secret Service this
No,
day,
he's Secret Service. You can at that one
No.
point when he knocks his coat back to get his weapon, you can see the badge.
baby, why is your coat in the way? Why is your coat in the way? I saw Superman in the Mission Impossible movie pop his fucking arm about that motherfucking coat so quick and then like he hit the little arm pop shit. I think that's the sexiest thing ever. When men about to fight and they pop their elbows. I think that's so sexy. Nevertheless, I saw Henry, whatever his name is, come up out his jacket faster than this motherfucker can even get that shit popped back like Kevin Hart. I don't believe you right now. That is not Secret Service. That's just a white boy in a nice, I mean, it ain't even a nice suit, in a mediocre ass suit with a badge on. That's what it is, and a clear earpiece. I could do that. I can do that, and I can get to my pistol way faster. Shit, hire me, nigga. I'm hyper vigilant. I'm gonna shoot innocent people. That's how hyper vigilant I am. Sorry, ma'am. I thought you was doing some shit you had no business doing. I didn't know you was scratching your ass. My bad. Shit. I'd rather get in trouble for shooting somebody innocent than getting in trouble for not shooting at all. And that's my job, is to shoot niggas. Oh my God, this shit. Who wrote this? Terrible writing. Back to my original statement. Terrible writing. We need new writers. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Lord.
Yeah, I gotta hit that. I gotta push that play one more time to see how slow this guy. Now look, you can see her hand. She sees him coming.
She was on her shit, boy. And my thing
Look,
is, if you see somebody ahead of you, I'm talking about the man with the goddamn metal detector. If I'm looking and I see why is Shakita over here pulling her pistol out, I'm gonna turn around and look. No, you're still fucking with the metal detector, bro.
I got a question for you also, though. What the hell is she doing?
Nothing.
She's staring right at him also.
Nothing. The dog let everybody know, and the dog mad as fuck because he barked and he was like, "Shut up."
And this, I give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt. He's looking away, but these two are the only two who are looking directly at him. And she at least got her shit out. He should be looking in that direction. I don't know why the hell he's looking. Here's my problem with why he's looking over here. Anything that's on this side where he's looking should already be secured. So why is your focus on an area that should already be secured and not on the area that needs to be secured? The fact that like this metal detector isn't hooked up yet. This one, they're still trying to stand up. They're just getting the setup together.
No, they're not. They're taking that metal detector down.
Oh, that's even worse then.
That's what I'm saying. They're fucking with something that has already been off and they're disassembling. Why the fuck are y'all still on the floor?
If you're disassembling, why are they not people who are just vigilant to watch for anybody? Oh, maybe that's what they're supposed to be doing. Sorry. They ain't even scream.
No.
They didn't call nothing. And oh my goodness. If I was his supervisor.
My God.
If I was his supervisor,
you work for the president. The president.
Well, that's probably why they got him on hallway duty and he's not assigned to a detail.
Because you suck. Obviously. And you just let us know we made the right decision because you suck.
Mm-hmm. Now it's time to send you to, now it's time to send you
Bay.
to like Bangor, Maine or Alaska or something.
Guantanamo Bay. Somebody teach this man something. What? How did you get here? How did you get here, bro?
Look, her arms were like, were they folded?
Bro, everybody
went to duck. They went to
bro.
duck. They went to duck and run.
Everybody is clocked out. I'm convinced this is TSA because everybody is clocked the fuck out, bro.
Wait a minute. Is this the officer that was assembling? Is that the same officer who was like taking it down?
Yes. The fat, bald-headed white dude.
He's the one that was on. He's the one that's on this side. He
One
came
of the Three
around. He
Stooges.
came that way. That makes sense. And then he came this way.
Marcus.
Yeah,
Marcus.
I'm gonna take that down because there's more to there's other videos that I wanted to.
Marcus.
Yeah,
Get these motherfuckers together.
he's sitting up there. He's staring that direction right now, and now just hold on. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Now, for y'all who don't, I don't know if y'all see what I'm seeing or not, but he's literally watching him. That's what it looks like to me. Tell me if I'm wrong.
They were all watching him, but that is for sure. He's like, oh, look at that guy.
He's watching that guy go over there. He watching the dog go over there. Interesting.
That's
watching that area.
Peculiar.
Look back over that area again. Looked at it again. Walked up here. Now turns his head.
That's
and
peculiar.
got startled.
Oh my God. Marcus.
How do you have officers coming from the hallway faster than you?
Marcus.
How?
And this is Secret Service we're talking about.
You got officers coming from the hallway faster than you.
The dog gave y'all a heads up. Why was the Secret Service like, why that dog acting crazy? Why was the Secret Service asking why the dog was acting wild? Hey, Billy, what's up with your dog? What's wrong with the dog, Billy?
I want to know, where did the gun come from?
In that quick of time, me too. Because where the fuck did he pull that bitch out his pants?
He was carrying a bag, but I don't see how that rifle fit in that bag.
And he assembled it. Okay, if that's the case, we need to hire him for Secret Service because he can assemble a gun faster than that.
I mean, was it just laying up against the wall? What was it inside? I need to find one of those.
That man can assemble a gun and get some shots off faster than the dude in the jacket. Straight like that. That don't make no sense.
See, this is him apparently before walking around.
To the lady, there's a desk off to the right of your screen. He walks up there and he talks to that lady sitting there, walks around the gym.
In about 30 seconds, Brian, before he decides to run through, there's a canine officer that is by the door. And then you see the dog circling around the door. The dog actually spotted him before he makes his run.
And are they trained to smell gunpowder? Can they pick up something of a gun and a gun?
Ammunition,
human oils in their skin. They're trained for multiple, but the dog sensed danger and picked up on the door. The handler just happened not to see.
The one thing in the room, did you smell the gunpowder in the room?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. A lot of people say I didn't smell it. I smelled it before. Yeah, I smelled it, and we were far away from the door.
100%.
And it's very eerie. There he is. Look, that's the carpet with the smaller pattern. So he was walking around. He's in the gym here. He goes up and he talks to the lady. There's a desk off to the right of you.
that makes no sense, bro. Even I ain't a fucking news analyst, and I can see the dog did his job. If anybody needs a medal, get that dog a medal and a good dinner. Because I don't know what the fuck y'all motherfuckers are doing. The humans were idiots.
Oh yeah, you're right. TSA.
They are TSA, right?
Those three are TSA. I'm trying to see if I see that one video somebody was covering. And yes, Jackie, I saw your comment. This is the lady right here that you were mentioning. Making sure she got her liquor. That's what she was most concerned with. Like, I'm not gonna miss an opportunity to get these free bottles.
Ridiculousness.
It was another dude who was just still eating. Like, I'm not worried.
It's not my job.
I'm trying to see. Is another video in particular? Oh, check this one. Let's make this one bigger. I don't know if you could see it, but Melania was terrified. And Trump was like,
That's what he was doing. Literally. He thought the gunshots was part of the beat.
I don't know if he thought, well, then maybe that goes more to the point of like, he is a lot slower than I think people, I think so many people give him way more credit for intelligence that he perceived has.
That man has no situational awareness. That man has no awareness at all.
It's one that I'm looking for in particular because the one that I'm looking for, it was somebody showing. It's somebody that the lady was showing like that hallway in particular. Where's it at?
While Marcus is finding that, hey group chat.
Yeah, let me take this off the screen
What
for
do
a
y'all
moment.
feel? How do y'all feel about this entire thing? Do y'all think that it's fucking set up? Do y'all think that it's real? Do y'all think that the Secret Service dude needs to be fired? Do y'all think that, you know what I'm saying? Just another fucking episode of motherfucking American Matrix. Tune in next week, guys. Because at this point, I don't even know exactly, like, all in all, like, where to even go about this. This shit is crazy, y'all. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, Till, here's a picture of him on the ground showing he has nothing. It doesn't look like he's wounded at all, not bleeding.
No.
Looks perfectly fine. And then here's another video. I mean, not video, but image I want to show. Which, let's see, where was it at? Where it was showing him with how he was, yes.
Little fine self.
Yeah, he walked in with all that on him.
How? He's a teacher?
Yeah.
Damn. Fine ass. I would have been in his class. What he teach?
Yeah, he teaches some kind of tech IT type stuff.
How to kill the president and get away with it? Won't be signing up for that class.
I'm trying to think man, this video. I'm trying to scroll through here real quick. Give me a minute. See if I can find. It was a video that somebody. It was a lady. She put up a video, and she was talking about that hotel because I guess she's very familiar with the hotel, and I guess maybe people who live in a DC area, maybe they're familiar with that hotel. But she was giving some of the layout, and she was showing like the direct where he was actually at when he dipped off into that area and when the dogs came in behind him. And it's something that I said last week. I said, to me, it almost seems like because more people were starting to question the Butler shooting, all of a sudden now this one happens. And it was like, oh, let me double down on the assassination attempts.
Man, shut that shit up. Somebody wrote this shit in the book. Ain't this in the time traveling Trump book?
Somebody was people were saying that a time traveler was the one who like gave the guy's name or something. Like on Twitter, like I guess the handle was like blurred out and it was showing this picture. Oh, sorry, it's not on the screen. It was showing the Butler picture, but like I don't know, very abstract, and it had the shooter's name in like 2023.
I'm convinced that man is a time traveler. You see how fast that motherfucker was sprinting though? Like, what? I just was playing. I told you, Marcus, I was playing basketball yesterday. I used to be a track star. I went to state. I had scholarships. I ain't never been a blur on somebody's screen. God damn. That man was a blur.
Man, I can't find it. I guess I'll let it go. But let me see. Trump assassination hotel. Maybe if I put that in, maybe it'll come up. But I really wanted to find that video because it was showing like a different layout. And like, I guess I guess it just adds more questions because to just dip off into this little side area, that's one thing. But when you see the area that he supposedly went into, I'm like, that's kind of sketch. Dang it, I don't see it. Let's see. I don't want to belabor the point. But yeah, I cannot find that video.
I'm sorry. Accord Lord has me dying laughing. I'm going back into the chat. And yes,
Why? What
Accord
is he
Lord,
saying?
he said, "Oh boy, had to do a bump of coke to run that fast." I'm trying to figure it out too, because baby, that motherfucker was getting it. The only time I've ever seen something blur that fast was when I played Sonic. Okay, that shit is crazy.
Dang, I should have probably just got this video earlier when I saw it. Dang it.
And yes, Accord Lord, I thought the same thing because I was like, is this like the second or third string Secret Service? Like, are these the motherfuckers whose shit got put in the "we might call you later" file, and like everybody was like, "Fuck you, Trump," left after January 6th, and then like they had to go in the file and was like, "Oh Lord, let's do a career fair," and like they called these motherfuckers up because bro, if I was a superstar, be damned if I have somebody on my fucking team protecting me, and this is how slow you pull a gun out. That's crazy. That's crazy. I've seen Beyonce have better fucking security than this.
Okay, here's a picture. This isn't a video, but this is a picture. So let me share this with you so you can kind of see what I was talking about. Let me make this bigger. All right, so this is the ballroom, right? This is where he was apprehended. This is the security checkpoint. This right here, where you see elevators, this is where he went. This is the front lobby where all the media was sitting. So there was a red carpet and there was media right here. He walked through these doors and went like right here.
Strapped up a whole AK-47 out of his pants in 0.6 seconds, and then came running back through. Why? Why would you double back?
Fine, maybe I'll try somewhere else to try to see if I can
find. No. Why would you double back?
Arnold Palmer was all
man.
Gay. Exactly, gay. It was all men. I really enjoy a strong man. It's all men. Gay.
Where suspect went. Hopefully I can find it. Images. Let's see. Well, there's where suspect went. Let me refine. Let me refine my search. Good Lord, I can't spell right now. Let's see. No, it'll take forever, I guess, to find it. Never mind. I think you guys get the point. Like, this is not adding up.
Man, it ain't never added up in the first place. How does nigga get in office? Golly. Make it make sense, y'all. 0 for 3, terrible statistics, terrible odds. Not betting on y'all niggas no more. Tell y'all get Billy Ray and his homeboys up in this bitch. I don't want to talk to nobody about nobody trying to do nothing. What was that? What did you say? I think he played his role in getting the ballroom. Man, you know how hard he gonna fucking sit here and say, I need my bunker, I need my bunker, I need my ballroom. People tried to kill me.
Well, that was something that happened. I mean, literally the moment this happened, you had probably about a good 20 right-wing influencers with all 1 million platforms on X, all at the same time start tweeting about the ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trump comes out right after the shooting, all smiles, everybody smiling, talking about the ballroom.
You know, it'd be better if I had my own ballroom. The security would have been tight. Yeah, bro, it's the same niggas.
Well, and here's the thing. He's talking about if he would have had his own ballroom, security would have been tighter. How many times have people gotten into Mar-a-Lago?
That's not the ballroom, Marcus. That's Mar-a-Lago.
Yes. The ballroom.
Mm-hmm. You know, because I know a thing about balls. I'm very privy on balls. Rooms. And rooms with balls. Oh, we know. We heard about you and Bill. That one time in the ballroom.
But I guess on another note.
Yes, Accord Lord. Ball. Talk that shit. I like that. That was a good one.
On another note, I'm trying to figure because I think most people will come to consensus if this was fake. Even a lot of right-wing people have come to that conclusion, which is kind of wild. Like I think they're starting to question more and more of all of this stuff, which I really should have had Wheezy come on, because Wheezy's been one of the biggest people calling, out these assassination attempts. I'm not saying that one a little corridor, but that's funny. I was wondering on this whole let me add. Charmonique asked this question, and so I will put this question to you. Mm-hmm. Says, what are y'all thoughts on the Voting Rights Act being gutted?
I've been feeling like we back in 1920 anyway, and it feels like a lot of filibusters and shit. You hear me? Like, I feel like there's a lot of shit ever since they started redacting shit like Roe versus Wade, and once they started really redacting shit, like I said, ooh, child, they about to take us right back to the 20s. But I know I joke a lot about, you know what I'm saying, how I'm like, women shouldn't have had rights and blah, 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 all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? I be making my little jokey jokes. Nah, these motherfuckers really taking rights away.
Mm-hmm.
First it was the gay, and it's funny because if you start really paying attention, it's going in order from like the most recent to like the ones from back in the day. So like
they started with the DEI stuff and going throughout everything with the DEI.
Oh no, it started with the gays. Started with the gays, then it was race, and then it was niggas, and then it was bitches. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's the way that it's going backwards is the way that it came up forward, because they was like, no more gays having marriage, get them out of here. No more inclusion, get it out of here. That's like going back from the 90s, early 2000s, going back to civil rights, going back to women's rights. No rights.
I'm trying to remember what was the other one? Affirmative action. That's another one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's going back to like no rights except for white men. And like that's the gist of it. Like, that's really their whole like makeup is like white men need to be back in power. And not even on no racist shit. I mean, it is racist, but not even on a race. It's just like they feel because they are superior, like they want to have all of the power back in they shit. So what better way to do it than to say no?
Well, even though many of them haven't officially lost anything, their feeling is that they've lost something. It's like, oh, well, I'm seeing a little bit too many, non-white people on TV and I guess traditional white families on TV. We're not seeing as much of that in the media. So therefore, we've lost something. Even though you still got more money than you've ever had, the wealth gap keeps widening between whites and other people. And even though all that's still going on, there's this feeling of we've lost something because we've lost the culture war.
Were we the ones talking about how Texas has an influx of Arabs and Indians in their area, and how like people were like up in arms at like they city council meeting saying we need to get rid of the Indian folks. They can't be out here no more.
I think we're just talking about Arabs in general because I remember bringing up how many Somalis that I saw when I went to Dallas Fort Worth. I was kind of surprised. And then I know, like, for instance, Houston has always had like a big Japanese population. And so I just think that in general, they've been really upset with, you know, the amount of immigrants in there. And I know that there are a lot of, there are definitely a lot of Indians in Texas too. And I don't mean like Native American Indians. I mean like Indians of India, of Indian descent.
Yeah. And it's well, people got to understand that little pocket of Gulf. That's a lot of Asians over there anyway. I really wish more people like the Mississippi Delta. I mean, outside of centers, y'all go to Louisiana, baby. Went to New Orleans, love. Let me tell y'all something. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, that shit is crazy. New Orleans is crazy. They literally do Vietnamese crawfish, and that's like the spicy version of their crawfish when you get a boil. And for the longest, I was trying to understand why. And I asked somebody, I said, why y'all do it? They was like, because we have a huge Asian population out here. They brought that spice mix out here and we just adapted it. And I'm like, what? And then to see so many Asian Americans like down there talking that, not even they shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, not even on a funny shit, not racist. Like, they be speaking Creole. And it was like a hard blink for me because I was not expecting this Asian man to speak Creole to me and not sound Asian. That shit blew me. Like, that man sounded like Juvenile.
Yeah, I think somebody crazy. I can't remember. I think somebody was talking about that, or maybe we were talking about that before. You were talking about how, you know, that some of them have, you know, that real deep Louisiana Cajun accent.
Baby,
was it you that were talking about getting your nails done down there?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I went, damn. Like, oh my God, it was crazy, y'all. Like, getting food. Like, we went to this, they have an Asian fusion spot, Shang Chong. And goddamn, the food was amazing. I can't even be mad. You feel me? But like, they had gumbo dumplings. Gumbo dumplings? Best dumplings I had ever had in my life. Can't even get mad at it. And like, I'm looking at this little, you know, half black, half Asian, you know, girl, and I'm looking at her, and she talk like, I mean, I'm telling you, thick ass New Orleans accent, baby this, baby that. Her daddy might have been Juvenile or Silk the Shocker. I don't know, Master P.
Mystical.
You know what I'm saying? Her daddy could have been motherfucking Mystical. You know what I'm saying? And the shit crazy to me because I'm looking and I'm like, you. And that's when they sound a little racist. You shouldn't be sounding like that. I needed you to have a little twang. You know, don't pronounce your R's or something. No. I thought she was about to sing Back That Ass Up. Doing it for the 2000s and the 99s. God damn. Shit was crazy. And that's all in that little Gulf of Louisiana, Mississippi to that Houston Gulf of Texas. That's all of them. Even Jacksonville, to be honest, that little Gulf of Florida, all the Asians that's over there, they sound like little Duval.
Well, when you get down to Duval, I mean, yeah, you can tell who's born and raised there and who's not. I'll just say that.
Yeah, exactly, Accord Lord. These are the no limits. You feel me? Golly. I said, get the fuck out of here. This shit is insane. But yes, they do believe, Chamonix, they do believe that in a sense they are white adjacent, even though they emulate Black culture in the same breath.
Yeah, I saw an interesting video.
About that. Let's talk
I
about
saw
that
an
part.
interesting video on Young Don Reacts, and I was kind of like torn on the video because like he's reacting to this video of a black guy who's living in Japan, and I'm like, honestly, the gripes that he felt like he was bringing up in there, it felt like they should be more centered on the person who made the video that he's reacting to in the first part, because he's reacting to multiple things in this video, and one is talking about how the racism in Japan, and basically you have a, at least from the image, it seems like a white guy who's walking around asking Japanese people kind of like racist stuff and trying to get, you know, racism. And it's like, why is it in their head to, you're in Japan, why are you worried about black people? That should be like the least thing on your mind. But going into the whole the white adjacent thing, the reason why is because when they for one, it goes all the way back to the caste system. All this stuff, a lot of these problems that we deal with today all go back to, you know, things of yesteryear. That's the reason why when people are, I don't know why y'all worry about slavery, I don't know why y'all worry about Jim Crow, I don't know why y'all worry, because all of these things still have an effect on people in today. It affected those people in that era, and they passed down what was raised. I mean, what happened to them, their experiences. And on the other side of it, the people who were perpetrating the experiences passed down that too on their side. So the people who were experiencing racism passed down what they experienced, and the people who were committing the racism and were racist passed that down to their kids. And we're still living with, you know, the residuals of that. And until this is addressed, you can't get past it. And what Asians do, it has to go all the way back to when Europeans came over there and they colonized and they conquered their areas. And they made them feel crappy about themselves and look to white people as if they were superior. And so what you have in absence of those white people, especially since it was so long ago, they start looking at them as the standard of beauty, the standard of intelligence, the standard of decor and all that. Because what history is taught to the masses, Western history, we're taught about Rome, we're taught about Greece, we're taught about the kings and queens in London, Scotland, Denmark. We're taught about that. We're not taught about, most people in general are not taught about Japanese history or Chinese history or African history or history in Latin America. It's focused on a white centered, you know, world that we live in. Everything sprouts out of the Renaissance, and that being greatness. And because white people were so good with their propaganda of pushing whiteness as the standard, as you had some of those Asians who were lighter complected and there were no white people around, they started feeling like, I'm the white and I'm on top of the darks in here. And you have that same caste system everywhere where you see that white people conquered. Everywhere where you see white people conquered, you have a form of a caste system. You got it in India, and people are like, well, India, when were the British? The British people were there in the early 1900s and in the 1800s. But if you go back even further than that, it goes all the way back to Alexander the Great.
Yes, it
You're
does.
talking about in like 300 BC, the Greeks were over there pushing their white supremacy on those people in that time period. The Japanese.
And I just want to throw out this part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like people, because people will be so quick. I know. I remember one time Pasta and I got into it because he was like, "You don't pass down trauma. You can't pass down trauma." When it came to racism, and I said, "Well, Pasta, think of it like this: it's not trauma if it's survival. Okay, and I'll just use blacks because I am. We pass down ways to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, white man spits in your face. What you supposed to say? I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. That keeps you from getting lynched today. That's trauma, bro. So yes, we have to pass down lineage. I'm not saying everything that was passed down had to deal with that, but a majority of it is.
Well,
Majority of it.
I'll say for black people in general, our system is more compounded. And the
Yes.
reason why it's more compounded is in these Asian countries and stuff, and in Mexico and all these other places, they're passing down the residuals of what happened centuries ago. What happened for black people in America in particular is after slavery ended, it continued in different forms. You had the KKK, you had black codes, you had sundown towns. It went from there to dealing with segregation, and you
Redlining.
constantly redlining, and it was thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, where there was no. It's kind of like when you travel across the country and you hit a city in the Midwest. You got a big city, and then you get nothing but country around it. That's kind of the experience with a lot of these other people. They had this one Genesis event and then space in between it to, in their heads, manifest it and deal with it whichever the way they wanted to, which you'll see a lot of Hispanics in particular, I'll say Mexicans in particular, who I'm Spaniard. I'm a Spaniard. You're trying to claim your colonizer over your indigenous population. You're trying to claim. It's one thing admitting, okay, I'm a mixture of this, I'm a mixture of that, or I'm both. But what you're doing is you're trying to take the side of the colonizer because you're embarrassed of what your indigenous people went through.
And yes, geishas did paint their face white so they could have better suitors because the white suitors were paying that bread.
Yep.
Come on now. So yes, to that. Just like the feet binding shit, that's European shit.
Yeah, because the women had small feet.
Small feet get picked.
And so they bind their feet to make their feet smaller.
So you're not telling me that you're not learning how to deal with racism and or conform to it without some type of fucking trauma. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's across generations and that's across races. So
yeah, you don't realize it. You don't realize the trauma anymore because it becomes so subconscious.
Yes,
you don't. It's not
a norm now.
Yeah, it's not in the front of your brain anymore.
And then, not to mention, going to what Chamonique was saying just about the Japanese, baby, think about Asians as a whole, honey. Which ones are the ones that get kicked to the side the most? Filipinos. They don't be trying to even act like Filipinos or Asians. They be throwing them to the Mexicans, Polynesians. They will cast them motherfuckers out with the quickness.
And if you notice the ones who don't try to attach themselves as much with whiteness, it'll be like the Laos, Cambodian, Vietnamese, and all. And you know why? Because they didn't get conquered by Europeans. They're the ones who didn't get conquered. The Filipinos, they fought back to a degree, but there's still a good amount of brainwashing that went on with a lot of them.
Maybe they don't like each other in the Philippines.
Well, a lot of Asian people across the board don't like each other. There's so much racism in the Asian community between the Chinese hate the Indians hate Japanese, back and forth. They all hate each other, and they all have racist stuff that they say about each other. I'm not quite done with that whole Asians part, but I'm respond to this one. It says Marcus, the Mexicans who do that are whitexicans, the mestizos majority. As myself, we don't do that. I'm not saying all do that. That's not what I just want to make sure I clarify. I'm not saying all that do that. And I do recognize there are ones who probably are about 75%, Spaniard. I get that. That's a fact. I'm talking about the ones where you look at them and you're like, bro, you're probably about 75% indigenous. Why are you trying to claim this whiteness? Why are you trying to do this so hard?
I'm not trying to say that,
talking about.
I'm not saying that, Chamonique. I'm saying that because they were conquered by Spaniards and that the Spaniards decided to hold on, let me finish talking to Chamonique real quick. And because they were conquered by Spaniards and they had changed their last names to be more Spanish or Spaniard,
and part of the language,
then I feel Asians are so quick to pass them over to them and make it their responsibility. I'm not comparing them at all. I'm not saying that. So if I misspoke, I apologize. But I'm not comparing them with my statement. What I'm saying is because one, their skin is darker. Okay, because they have different characteristics, and because the Spaniards, one, conquered them, two, mingled with them, that I feel the rest of the Asian culture or the rest of that section on that side of the Pacific Ocean, they are so quick to say, they ain't one of us. As a whole, as Asian at all, they be like, they are not Asian. Boop, move them over there. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. How they categorize them as not really like us.
Yes, at all. Yeah, like they be like, oh, they're not Asian at all, baby. They're Filipino. They literally, like, come on now, they really are.
Which is the crazy thing. Technically, because of the language, technically they fall under being Asian and Latino.
Okay, and that's because of fucking Spaniards, and that's because of a caste system that Spaniards had put on them after conquering them.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Dominique. I'm talking about more of the mentality. I know that you got a wide spectrum of what people are, and there's no monoliths. And I know you got ones who are more indigenous looking who have money, and more indigenous ones who are poor, and ones who look more white. I get all that.
I love Chamonix. She
but
has
also
so much pride. I love her.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing.
I want her on the show one thing. I want her on the show one day because I want to hear like her point of view on things for the Mexicans. Come on the show one day.
Well, we'll say that the invitation is out there for you, Chamonique. If you'd ever like to come on, we definitely would enjoy having you on.
I want her to give me a good education on Mexican culture, just like I want our Native American friend from Oklahoma.
I've been telling Thomas that for years. I'm waiting
Thomas
for him
to come on too. I want him to come on too. Y'all two right there. Y'all be on y'all shit, and I respect the fucking pride that y'all have. Y'all like 10 toes down on y'all people, and I love it. I love that shit.
This is where I'll disagree though. You said Marcus Filipinos don't have Spanish admixture. Was not mixing with the Spanish. Only Spanish they have is it's not only their surnames, it's in their language also. There is stuff in their language that is Tagalog is a mixture of Spanish. How I know that is I talked to somebody when I was in boot camp who was speaking in Tagalog, and I was able to understand part of their language with never hearing it before. It definitely has the language of Spanish mixed into their language.
And I have my neighbors for the last 20 years are Filipino. They exposed me to a lot of Filipino culture, and I speak Spanish. And there are times when I can understand pretty much what the gist of this conversation is about, especially when her and her husband talk, because they go back and forth to the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? And so, for instance, the O's and the A's on the end of their stuff, as far as phonetically knowing if you're talking to a man or a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
but yeah,
there are some things outside of their surnames.
Oh yeah, it's more than just the names. It's more than just the names. It completely changed up their language.
I still want you on the show, Charmony. don't skip that part. Don't skip that part, Charmony. I still want you on the show.
Yeah. No, I think Chamonique brings a different perspective, especially because she follows a lot of Mexican media, Spanish language media, and I think that would definitely hear. Yeah, say that again, because no one is pure. None of us are pure blood anything, especially not at this point in 2026. I mean, to double down on what he's saying there, I have seen research studies that have showed that some Black Americans who will say, I'm FBA all the way, both my parents going back, blah, 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 blah. Do you know that there are plenty of people that would be considered Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, that actually have more Nigerian blood than some born and raised Nigerians?
Come on.
So when I saw that you got people over here who have never been to Nigeria or more Nigerian than Nigerians, it throws a lot of that stuff out the window. Um, and I think also if we really studied in migration patterns and who moved where and just how different places had so much migration and different people who have joined into those different areas. The reason why I'm not when I was kind of bringing up the thing about Spaniards, particularly in Mexico, Mexico doesn't only have Spaniards, white Spaniards who went there. I mean, they have Dutch, they have Germans, they have Arabic, they have, they have Haitians who have come in. They have, I believe that they have had black people there for centuries, even before what is it? Before the transatlantic slave trade. You have like the people who have any kind of African DNA there come in waves. You got some who are coming who are fleeing slavery, some who came down there before the transatlantic slave trade, some who were there before Europeans even stepped on this land. Like I believe that people were like exactly like Mariah saying human flow. People were traveling. I mean, there's so much evidence that there was trade going back and forth from Africa to the Americas long before Europeans even knew about this continent. So for me to believe that some of these black people didn't come over here and stay somewhere, it's hard for me to believe. And also, if you go into like Mansa Musa's older brother, who took like a whole group of his people and took fleets and fleets of people and said, we're going to travel all the way to the west and see what's out there. Once you hit those jet streams, it takes you only into Latin America. And so whether they ended up in the huh? What was that?
Out there you think they won't out there cracking something?
Yeah.
Man, listen.
And right, Mariah puts there, the Moors were everywhere. I mean, the first Europeans who actually started discovering anything to the west would have been the Vikings. And even centuries before the Vikings, there were plenty of people who were coming from Africa and the so-called Middle East who had already knew about these lands and been trading. I mean, they were finding marijuana and cocaine in the Middle East before Europeans even knew what America was.
Yeah. And before old buddy got it before he tried to kill Trump.
So looking at where everybody, like, I honestly believe that the indigenous populations, as they go from the top of North America all the way to the bottom of North America, it was a mixture of different peoples. And I don't believe it was all one group of people who came from Siberia. I don't buy that. Do I believe some came from Siberia? Yes. Do I believe some came from some other areas? Yes. Do I believe that some came from as far away as the Middle East and helped settle certain parts? Without a doubt. And I think the transatlantic slave trade, when you had, people of African descent and you had Europeans flooding into these areas, more and more upheaval and change of things. I mean, for instance, if you go into Brazil, Brazil is Japanese second. It's the second highest place for Japanese descendants. No, I think, wait a minute, it's number one, and I think Houston's number two. And so you have tons of Japanese who live in Brazil, and I think there are many places all over this globe that you'll be surprised that you have this group of people who's not supposed to be from here who live in this place. Oh, she put there are Italians. My grandma is from a village in Nueva Italia.
New Italy?
In Michoacan. Oh, okay.
Nueva Italy would be New Italy, right?
New Italy. And that's what I'm saying. I know that there's so many different stories of people's migration patterns and their family lineages and how all these mixtures happen that it doesn't get talked about nearly enough. That's the reason why I brought up the point of so many who just want to pinpoint on this. I'm Spaniard.
You know what
Probably a whole
irritates
lot
me
of
sometimes
things.
when
Yeah,
people say
probably a
I'm
whole lot of
Spanish.
things.
You
Yeah.
said it earlier. I'm Spanish. No, no, no. You speak Spanish. You speak Spanish, but you can't be Spanish.
Yeah, well, some do have that of Spaniard descent. I think that's what I was
Now,
trying to
see,
say
that's
that they're
that. No,
saying.
no, no. But that's what they need to say. I have Spaniard blood, or I'm a Spaniard descent. My ancestors are Spaniards, but you can't just be like, I'm Spanish.
Well, everybody's not going to be grammatically correct.
Well, then I ain't trusting what you're saying. Then,
I know.
God damn it. But
Because
I
you
do have a question, and I have a question for you, and I want Dominique to chime in on it.
sure.
Do you believe that with enough enough cleansing, you can become repure? If you catch my drift, I don't know how to word that better than that.
Enough focus. I guess
Mhm.
what enough focus. What would be the proper word? I don't want to say that word. That sounds gross.
Enough genetic modification that you could be repure.
Yeah,
That
that's
better?
probably the safest way because the only thing I could think of is that word just is I don't
I know
like
what
it
you were
because
about to
you
say.
use it
I
with
know what you were about
animals.
to say.
You know what word I'm
I know
thinking.
what you were like. Yeah, yeah. Gene manipulation.
So I mean, you would have to. I honestly think the only way you could do something like that is you would have to be pretty well off enough and be very like strict on any person that you engage with and your future generations over time could only marry X person. So okay, over generations and generations and generations, you started to for lack of a better word, breed out any other nationalities in you. That would be the only way. Like say for instance, let's
We
say
out here doing DNA tests on everybody you doing the
you
business with.
you wanted to be completely Irish, and let's say you were 85% Irish, and you'd have to try to find people with the most amount of Irish DNA to completely only marry and procreate with these people who are of this high amount of Irish DNA. And that would be the only way to do it. But let's say for instance, if you're 10% this, 20% that, 30% this, 15% that, 45%, that's I don't know how you
That's a lot of work.
that would be a tough one. That would be a tough one if you have that much, admixture going on within your, I guess ancestry. Well, there's no such thing. You can't say not even white Americans are pure because there is no
Yeah.
white American that's a muddled mix itself. I mean, most Italians that you run into in America, most of them are half Irish. most of them are half Irish, and that comes from a lot of the areas where they first coming through Paris Island in New York. A lot of the Irish and Italians lived next to each other, and they were both kind of outcast at that time, and so naturally they started to marry and procreate, and you have a lot lot of mixture.
Ellis
um
Island. Ellis Island.
Ellis
You gonna
Island.
say you gonna say Paris? I was like,
That's
they the Marine Corps? Jesus.
sorry, got my islands mixed up.
You good.
But
I had to think
that's
for I had to think what it was for a second. I was like,
thank you, Ellis, my bad, yo. But that's what because white America is just a phrase that came up as to how do we get our numbers to a point to deal with all of these non-us. And it was mostly Brits that were doing that. It were people of British descent who were doing that. And so what they did is they said, hey, we can get the Scottish and the Irish to drop the hatch, drop our bad blood, and we'll bring in the Italians now, and let's bring in the Germans now, and anybody who's not black, we can kind of start bringing them, well, black or brown. We can bring black, brown, or Asian, then we can make them all part of the club. And then eventually at some point, some of those groups start trying to, become a part of the club. Yeah, we were just talking about this before the show, actually. Teal,
Yeah.
you see this one? Said it's crazy how many Dominicans say we know black.
Oh,
We can see that, yeah,
girl, don't get me started on that Chamonix.
yeah.
Baby, I need to find the link. I'm gonna have to find it because
well,
yeah.
and it's like I see both sides of it in a weird way. It's like we can clearly look at your skin tone, and no matter what you say you are, people are going to see you as black. Period. I don't care if you don't speak a lick of English. People are going to call you black because that's how they're going to see you. And that shows that your DNA tracks back to black, no matter what culture you decide to identify with. Now, but I get the and this goes back into the caste system and brainwashing that we're talking about. The Spaniards, the caste system that they put in Latin America and in Dominican Republic in particular, there was a huge rift between not even seeing Black Dominicans as being Dominican. And so many of them fought so hard for generations to just be considered a Dominican. When they get over to the United States, they don't get that you're basically almost you're insulting people and kind of like denying your blackness, denying your African DNA. Or I already know I'm pissed off some people because no, we ain't no Africans, we indigenous. But basically denying your blackness. And I guarantee you mentally, many of them, because they feel like it strips them of being tied to their Dominican culture, being only looked at as black. And to a degree, there is some truth in that. Because especially if they're a Dominican who doesn't have the accent, they start not being looked at as being Dominican and only being looked at as black. And then over time, you get lumped into just being a Black American. And I get if they feel culturally, I don't line up with Black Americans. I don't listen to the same music. I don't speak the same language. I don't have the same customs and traditions. I get that to a degree, but it just sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. You don't really hear that with Cubans saying that they're not black. What you have though is you have a big divide between Cubans, and what I call it is it's a divide between the Batista Cubanos and the Castro and Che Guevara, whereas you had a lot of the white Cubanos who were more wealthy and they were more capitalist, and they didn't care about the treatment of the black and brown people at the bottom. They didn't care how much they suffered and all that. And when Castro when Castro took power, a lot of them fled and moved to Miami and all that. And many of them, before they got to Miami, they didn't just become racist once they got to the States. Many of them were racist even when they were in Cuba. And they were dealing and many Afro Cubanos and indigenous Cubanos were dealing with their racism even back then, because there's always been that little bit of a schism throughout Latin America. Some will say it's just colorism, but when it gets to the actual Afro Latinos, it's not colorism at that point. It's just racism. Hopefully that answers the question. Sorry.
So a woman by the name of Carlotta Baptiste, which I find wild that her last name is Baptiste, but anyway, from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
She's probably actually a Haitian.
Exactly, my point.
And her family probably moved to Dominican Republic and then stopped calling themselves Asians.
She's suing Verizon because her black manager was stating that they were going to do a Black History Month program and insinuated that they wanted to include her in it. and she identifies not as African American and or black at all, but I'm not black, I'm Dominican. And it's a wild thing because you hear that so much from Dominicans. And I'm like, girl, your last name is Baptiste.
Mm-hmm.
Your last name is Baptiste, which if we're going to get really into it, that's a whole, like, Baptiste is a French last name, first off. So you don't have, in a sense, a Spaniard last name. You don't have a Latin American last name. That's a French last name. And France conquered that island and it split, yes. But what are you trying to get at by saying, I'm not that, I'm this, or I'm not black, I'm Latin, or I'm not black, I'm indigenous, I'm not, girl, you look black. From 50 yards, a cop will still shoot you and say a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm lost in the sauce in reference to what you trying to get at.
And in fact, to add a clarification on to also what I was saying is, it's not a monolith of the ones who even say that phrase. You have the ones who it's because they're trying to uphold, the fact that their Dominican side and their pride in being Dominican. And then you have those ones who actually do hate their black skin, i.e., the Sammy Sozas. So you got a dichotomy there. You got some who are just so proud to be Dominican that they don't want to be mistaken. They don't want to be not considered Dominican because they felt like they had to fight and earn to be Dominican. And then you have the ones who they truly hate being looked at as black. They truly just hate their darker skin. They would like to just, bleach it all away. And so you got that. And that's the reason why I put this comment on the screen from a core lord. Says colonialism fucked up a lot. It really and you can see now to this day the damage that that colonialism and that caste system that the Spaniards put on Latin America, what it's done to these people. And to what Chamonix is saying, the divide between Cubans reminds me like white Brazilians versus black Brazilians. Yeah, you have that dichotomy throughout all of Latin America. And the worst place you would see is in Argentina, where they went so far as to start kicking out Afro-Argentinians and start importing white people to try to dilute the black population. I mean, the only place I see that navigates it, the place that I see that navigates it the best, honestly, is Colombians. It seems like the relationship between white Colombians, indigenous, and black Colombians is like less friction than you see throughout the rest of Latin America. So
I know black and Dominican. I know black.
Yep. There are many shades of self-hate. And also, I don't know how many people are familiar with watching, Spanish language programming, whether we're talking about Telemundo, Univision. When you're watching those, you see for the longest many years how any person who was black or more indigenous, they were the servers, they were the maids, they were the housekeepers, they were, cutting the grass. They never got that, starring role or got to be like an important character. And if they did kind of get some important character, they were a villain. And it's the same thing which you see in Bollywood too. And it all goes back to colonialism and white is better. And just even though some of those white people have moved past that and don't even think about it that way, the damage and impact that those ancestors that their ancestors put on so many other nations is still being felt And I don't think a lot of people even wrestle with it who don't have to.
They fighting demons, man. You know how I feel about that.
It said, what do you think? I don't know. I have to look and see. Let me look her up. Clarissa Molina. What she, because the one thing about like Dominican Republic, you got people of various different, complexions. Okay, I see. Yeah, she's definitely very mestizo. But to me, I honestly, I'm one of those people that I think people should love the skin that they're in and not feel ashamed of their skin. I don't like when I see these weird women from Denmark trying to paint themselves, or tan and tan and tan until they fucking look black. I hate that. I also, you know, I also don't like people who are trying to bleach themselves because they can't they hate their skin. I mean, Fernando Colunga. Let's see what he looks like. Because I'm not familiar with some of these stars. Like I do watch some Spanish language movies, but I don't watch like a lot of the TV and stuff. And I don't,
Telemundo.
even if I do watch some of this stuff, I don't really know the names of the celebrities to that degree. Trying to see, have I seen anything that he's in? Do he have a relationship with Dahlia? Oh, okay. Oh, that's why. I mean, 95, 96. Okay. I do recognize his face now that I pulled him up. But yeah, I just wasn't I didn't know him by the name right off the top. Yes, novellas are basically soap operas. Like I watched which Patron de Mal. I used to watch Christina. I used to watch Gordo y la Flaca. I used to watch I don't know, I've watched a good amount of different shows here and there. Um El Señor de los Cielos. I used to watch that. What was another one? Can't remember what it's called right now off the top of my head, but it was a female actress, La Reina del Sur. Yeah, I say de or del. I meant del Sur. But yeah, I watched some. I don't know all of it. Oh, she is. I did not know that. I watched it, but I really didn't pay attention that much, to who the people were to remember. Plus, it was so long ago when I was watching it. Yeah, I want to say I was watching those shows probably like in like 90 something, like late 90s, early 2000. Um, but next topic. Since we've been talking about Latinos and we've been talking about skin issues and race and all that, what is your thoughts on Ashley Gonzalez?
Bruh. All right.
For those who don't know who I'm talking about, because I do know, like, for instance, like Jackie is across the pond. She may not have heard about it. There is a young lady, a police officer for the Houston Police Department, who a young Mexican American woman who went on a racist tirade, talking about how much he hates black people and calling them N-word and chimps and all that. And she used both the N words. Like she used the term of endearment and she used the hard ER. And she was talking about if she pulls over a black person the next day, they definitely going to jail. And so since then, she has been fired. There's supposedly there's a video that came out, and I don't know. I've heard reports that the apology video is not a real video. But I don't know your thoughts on it. Court Lord, are you saying what because you don't know who that is, or are you talking? Are you responding to Hamza? I don't know, but go on ahead. You can take it.
So first off, this is not new. I was trying to explain to my friend when I lived in Colorado. She is of Filipino descent, but she, fortunately, unfortunately, would only hang out with Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? She was well versed everywhere, but she found her home in the Mexican community. And I used to try to explain to her. I was like, well, they brown, but that don't mean they get down. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't really understand that. And this like highlighted it again, that topic again for me to kind of give her a little bit of enlightenment, because I mean it goes the Mexicans for we vote for Trump, the Mexicans for Trump, you know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy.
Oh,
but,
a court lord is not familiar with the video. Should I play some of the video?
Please play.
Because I mean, yeah, since you haven't seen it, I'll play some of this video. Oh, wow. I guess this is somebody covering the video. That is not what I was trying to show. Whatever. Now I want to hear what y'all got to say. Show me this idiot being an idiot. Actually, I think most of the videos are somebody covering, but I'm trying to say, who's somebody who I know of where they show the... Here we go. This is just some of the video. So that way you're able to know what was said. Okay, here we go.
Honest, globally and stuff, but especially the United States. She has no right to be a police officer with that type of rhetoric. And
the officer seen in a viral video with a rant filled with racism has just been fired from the Houston Police Department. I want to show you the statement that HPD put out. It says that she's no longer an employee of the department and that HPD holds every officer to the highest standards of integrity and conduct and will not waver in upholding these expectations. So right now, this officer, Ashley Gonzalez, it no longer works for the Houston Police Department. The video that she posted on her Instagram close friend story has received nationwide attention. It has led to many people to call for her to be terminated.
This woman needs to get fired.
The officer seen...
Hey guys, Megan Rainey here with KHOU.
Y'all don't know how good it felt to say...
This really crazy video just surfaced of a Houston police officer named Ashley.
I'm sorry, I didn't find like the one where she's like going off, but I don't know. See, let me try a little bit more.
Let's pull you over, right?
Okay.
Just because you...
Well,
Paul.
The officer...
This woman needs to get fired. She needs to be removed.
I don't know. I guess let's see.
Ooh, child, I'll find niggas, baby.
Let's see. Rant unedited. This may be it. Hold on.
She got to go find me.
Reason forever say that I hate. Oh my God, I hate, like, I hate y'all. Like, you, like, I don't, oh, we were slaves this entire, I don't give a like, for a reason you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than the deal. Like, oh my fucking God. Like, I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his, oh my God, like, I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de Dios, I had my fucking wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those, like, that little small ass decided not to steal my wallet. Oh my God, I would have grabbed my heel and like whooped the out of that ass. But like, whatever, right? Some other, but no homo or nothing. Y'all don't know how good it felt to say like out loud, like goddamn, like oh my God, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps. Like I kid you not, I don't know what the came over me. I grabbed that by the neck and I was like, "Come here, you!" And oh my God, like I felt like the world just stopped. Like it was just peace. Like I don't know. And then he was just like even I in my head I was like, damn, pasaste, because I called him a dog. Like imagine.
Yeah, so that's I guess an edited version, but that was the video that she said. I don't know if y'all can make that out.
Drunk thoughts make true statements.
Mm-hmm.
First off. Second of all, when I listened to the video and I'm like, okay, first off, she became a cop. Me personally, you know how y'all know how I feel about police. Police is KKK Jews. Okay, not all. I understand we need some type of policing, but y'all know how the police department even got dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Even got here. It's from KKK members, or you know what I'm saying, slave catchers turned into the police department, and then KKK is the police department, XYZ. But to hear that this woman signed on the line to serve our country, that means you serving for everybody in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to be of an ethnic background, okay? And I can hear by your accent, love, that you still speak Spanish fluently at the house.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Your kids still having quinceañeras. Your nieces still having quinceañeras. You feel me? You like menudo and sopapillas and all of that good shit too. For you to come out your face and say, oh, you know what I'm saying? When I was in the Marine Corps, that's insane. You know, I'm partial to that too. I'm the product of 2 Marines. So to carry that type of vibe while you were serving our country and then to get back over here, like were you caring about that? Did you have that same view when it was your battle buddies? No tea, no
That makes
shade.
me wonder.
You was probably getting cracked overseas any fucking way.
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind she was.
But were you having that same vibe for your battle buddies? Is there a motherfucker that you let die because of that view of shit? I know for a fact.
You know she ain't faced no kind of combat or nothing. You know she ain't faced no combat or nothing.
I know she didn't, but you know what I'm saying? Like you a pencil pushing ass Marine anyway. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
But you get back here, and that's the vibe that you got for the people that you're supposed to protect and serve. Man, get out of here. You took 2 oaths, and that oath was partial. Bitch, man, listen, don't get me fucking started on that bitch. I don't like her, never liked her. I don't like the police, still don't like the police. She definitely didn't make me like him anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, that's wild because I knew plenty of Marines, you know, and honestly, I'll put it to you this way. When you meet any veteran, especially ones who like really been, you know, really been in the shit, like had real stuff going down, none of them talk like this.
No.
None of them is on some, oh, F them at you, because all those divisions go the fuck out the window once real shit goes down.
Yeah.
All that shit goes out.
You
I
just
don't
trying
care.
to make sure your man's make it home, bro.
Yep. You don't care that you're from North Carolina and he's from, you know, Colorado. You don't care about none of that shit when it's really going down. You don't care about black, white. I met people who literally never met a black person until they joined the military. The first black person they met was at 19, 20 years old. And they wasn't on this kind of crap. I knew active gang members who were in the Navy, literally banging Crips and Bloods while they in the Navy.
Come on.
And when real shit go down, all that bullshit goes out the fucking window. There is no room for that. And when it goes out the window, it stays gone. I know plenty of them who came into the military from parts of Texas, and they get in there on a certain mindset. Because in my boot camp division alone, we had a big chunk who were from Georgia, and they used to love screaming it out and let everybody know. They would scream DSGB. That was down south Georgia boys. And then we had a big contingent of white boys who were from Texas. And then you had our big group that was from California, a big chunk that was from New York, and then everybody else was sprinkled from all the other areas. You know, some KC, some Chicago, had a couple of people from like Minnesota, Washington, Oregon, Maine, and then you had a couple of people who were coming in ESL, English as a second language. So you had some people who were coming from Colombia, came across the border into Texas from Mexico, who were all going. And by the time boot camp is over, by the time like you get out and you're actually in the fleet and you're actually going through workups and jobs and doing real work, a lot of that BS goes away and that immaturity. And yeah, you do got, I'm not going to say you don't have some of them racist cats who you can tell that they're racist. They only stick with, you know, their own people. They only, you know, and to tell you the truth, one of them, we used to call him the Filipino Bob, because Filipinos all hung out with each other, did not hang out with anybody who was not Filipino when I was in the military. And granted, some of that was because many of them literally came from the Philippines together. They joined the military. So it's not so much being racist. They just hanging with their countrymen because they all grew up together and they got similar experiences. But when it really come down to like stuff going down in the military, 99% of the time, all that BS goes out the window and people don't hold on to this racism, which this dumbass is talking about.
Because I learned, thanks to my parents explaining it to me, you know what I'm saying? When you join, at least for the Marine Corps, you feel me? Like when you join the Marine Corps, nigga, that's the new game.
Yes, that's the new game. Yes, exactly.
They have more pride. You know what I'm saying? And this goes for, you know, and you know it, Marcus, because I'm about to say something that you heard all the time. The Corps has more pride in being the Corps. They will tell you they got the sexiest fucking uniform. You feel me? They do the hardest training. You feel me? They the hardest motherfucker. They first one in, last one out. They the gang. That's the gang. And the only thing that I've ever seen when they get separatists on, and it's still all fun and games and it's joking, is who the fuck they are compared to the next one. They be like, oh, the Squids.
Yeah, honestly,
you get what I'm saying? That's what they
honestly,
get. Oh,
you have more the ones who hold on to that white supremacist racist shit more in like the Army or something, or in the Navy. You might run into people who hold on to that BS. But a lot of times, once you hit Marine Corps, you're like, I'm a Marine. That's your DNA. That's your culture. That's your race. That you're a Marine. That's how they all identify. So to hear her saying that, I'm like, she moving different. I mean, I don't know what kind of Marine Corps she in.
Dog, they didn't
it's
like
not
her.
the same type how I use, and I guarantee that they
they ran through her. Ooh, I said what I said.
That's probably more than likely what happened. She probably a couple of them did her a little dirty, and so she harbored harsh feelings towards all black people after that.
But yeah, when I listened to her rant, I was like, this shit crazy. This shit crazy. And she a cop, so I can only imagine how many people are probably serving time that didn't even need to serve time.
Oh, that's what I said when I first saw it. I said the first thing I would be doing is if I was arrested by her, oh no, I'm talking to my lawyer ASAP. I'm damn near getting every case thrown out. And that's the thing, which and mark my word, y'all, this bitch will get hired again. She gonna go to the next precinct in another county, and she's gonna get a job. and what people should make sure to do. Well, I don't know for a fact anymore. I say 80% chance you'll get a job, because now they try to put in new guidelines where they can review your shit from, you know, other precincts, whereas before they didn't even look at your, they just like, oh well, you worked here for 4 years, okay, cool, that's good enough for us. They didn't even look into why you got fired. But now with them looking into it, there's a possibility that some are like, yeah, you're the Ashley girl, nah, we're not hiring you. I don't know, maybe she may even have to go to a different state.
But popping that shit in Texas is crazy. In Houston at that, you
But
know
it,
how big of a black
it,
population it is.
but also is a big Mexican population. And my cousins who grew up in Texas, because they had to explain this to me, because in KC growing up, we didn't have this like this beef like that. And my cousins in the chat, Ladarius, back me up. We didn't really have this beef like this. And but my mom, who was teaching, just retired recently, she told me she was starting to see that racism coming through the doors in her schools and through some of the parents. And many of these were newly migrated from Mexico or El Salvador and other Latin American countries. Many of that was people who recently came into the country, not the you know, the Mexican families and stuff that I grew up with who've been here for generations. They wasn't the ones on this BS. But what my cousin was telling me, my cousin well, Timmy shout out Timmy, Keith and Shannon, they used to tell me about how racist a lot of the Mexicans were down there towards black people, and that the big beef problems that they were having, which is similar to some of the crap that goes on out here in California, which for me, I didn't grow up with it. It's weird to me. But now more and more, I see more of this becoming the norm of this black and brown beef. I'm like everybody I hear, a lot of black people I hear coming out of like Chicago. A lot of black people in Chicago are having a lot of beef with, you know, the Hispanic community. And I'm starting to see a lot more of that in certain parts of the South too. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, cuz. I mean, most of my best friends growing up were Mexican. So it's weird to me to hear this division. We were more like, yo, it's us against them. You know, we all grew up in Wyandotte County, so it's us against them rich people out in Johnson County and them racists out there. You know, shout out to my boy Juan Chavez. Shout out to you. Shout out to the Dominguez family. You know, there's a lot of people I could shout out, but these were people who were close with me. You know, the Macias family, which was like the next street over that we grew up with. I mean, never seen any of this kind of beef crap and this racism that I'm seeing that's going on now. Chamonix says, I think it's manufactured honestly like the FBA stuff. I mean, I know a lot of the Cali stuff has to do with prison and gangs and them pushing their prison politics, out on the rest of the people in society. I mean, Texas, I don't know exactly. I don't know the whole reasoning behind it, but I know at least in Cali, it got to do with the gang shit. Hell, one of the people I know of who was doing some of that kind of stuff, you know, on the black side, said that in their defense, a lot of the black gangsters and stuff used to rob immigrant families because they knew that a lot of them were scared to go to the cops, which is fucked up. I don't condone any of that, but that's one thing that I have heard. So I do know out on the West Coast in particular, they got a whole different kind of thing going on than what we were used to dealing with in the Midwest. I don't know. I don't know. I ran my mouth. What about you, Teal? How has your experiences been from in the past and up to now?
I've had mixed reviews when it comes to Mexican, because I've dealt with the Mexicans that think they're white and don't want to be spoken to in Spanish in public places. And I'm like, that's weird. I've dealt with, you know, racist gang members or post gang members or however you want to see it. You know what I'm saying? That don't like black people, but you know, I'm cool. You know, the same thing white people do. Like, oh, that's a cool one type vibe. I've dealt with the ones that and welcome me in their home and like always cooking, and I come with I get a plate and then I leave with a plate. You know what I'm saying? So I've had like all around experiences with them. Also dealt with, you know, growing up in a place that was not influenced a lot by Mexican culture or even Latin culture as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And now there's an influx in my area, so coming home and seeing how things have changed is I enjoy it. But I'm also a black person that loves fucking Cinco de Mayo. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the most Americanized Mexican holiday that you can have. You feel me? So like I play into the whole, you know, Cinco de Mayo thing, even though that's not really y'all's jams at the end of the
It's
day.
not
But
Mexican Independence Day. Yeah.
it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's American Day. That's another
Mhm.
reason that we get to drink tequila. Woo! You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I view it as just that. It's a day we get to drink tequila. Woo! And I like tequila. Just gonna throw that out there. When I went to goddamn Playa del Carmen and I went to Cancun and I went to damn it, what's the name of that? Tulum. Oh baby, I had a fucking time, bro. I had a fucking time. And if you ever paid attention to some of the old stories I told you that my one Mexican friend that I had in high school, shout out to my boy Hector, ended up getting deported at 19. Got sent back to Mexico, and then here I am in 2023 going to a resort all inclusive for my friend's wedding. My phone dies, and the first person I run into when I'm asking for someone to help me, you know, let me know when my room is getting ready or like where am I gonna go type vibe or where's my stuff is my boy Hector. Out of all the people that I run into in Mexico, first time in Mexico chilling, is my boy Hector. And so running into him made my experience in Mexico 10 times better because I got to get off the resort. I wasn't a typical American. You know, I wasn't typical Cancun, Aruba as American. I got to go into Playa del Carmen, the city, and enjoy the city. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to be able to have that experience because not a lot of people would ever be able to say, I met one of my high school classmates who got deported at the resort that I was going to stay at for a week, and they took me out into the city.
Mm.
And so I got a different view of Mexico than all of my other counterparts that came for that wedding, as well as everybody that I've ever, you know, talked to that went to Mexico. They didn't get to have that hometown vibe. They didn't get to go down into the city and eat real tacos. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get to go and meet family and pull up at the house and there's a whole fucking party going on because I'm there on a Friday night, you know? And so I get different. I'm blessed to say that just because of who I am, I get a different level of exposure than a lot of people. And I'm blessed to say that. And I know, Dominique. I know the Mexican Americans are horrible. I know, but he's a real deal Mexican. You know what I'm saying? He's an Americanized Mexican. He got a chance to experience America, but he never lost his roots. And so I'm just super blessed to have experienced that, you know. And so my mindset is askew compared to everybody else's, just on
It's
the encounters that I've had.
it's funny, like watching that Ashley Gonzalez video. It kind of reminded me of something that I kind of forgot about. Crazy thing. Well, other fun fact I'll throw in there. You're talking about your friend Hector. Fun fact for real. My mom almost named me Hector.
Ooh, child.
But yeah, like okay, whew, dodge a bullet there. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with the name Hector. I don't know. I just think I'm better as a Marcus. But the lady was talking about how the blacks all they know how to do is steal. One of the few times that I was stolen from was a Mexican kid that I knew when I was in the Navy that I thought was cool with me. He stole like PlayStation and like a whole bunch of other stuff from me. And this was like right when I was about to get out of the Navy. Other person who stole from me was African.
Ain't trusting, man. Ain't trust nobody.
I'm still looking for that African to this day. I'll never forget him. Hey, if you out there, Chad Baku, I'll find you.
Oh shit.
Still ain't forgot about your punk ass. He stole thousands of dollars from me.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it another time.
What Nigerian prince that got your ass about the goddamn missionary work he was gonna do?
I served with him. No, he was in the Navy. I went to his wedding and everything.
Oh hell no! You better than me. I would have been in his neck.
Well, no,
after that, I would have found his wife and everything.
He stole from me after that. As long as he wasn't a booty scratcher. Probably was. I mean, little punk ass. Never forget that dude. I don't know. Some people you'll always remember, but on to the next subject to talk about. Dealing with horror. Boy, I don't know. Is this show going to be recategorized as Trump assassination and black and brown relations? Because let's see, he was in the Navy. What did he steal? No, he stole thousands of dollars from me and bought a motorcycle and disappeared.
Into the sunset on the motorcycle.
And he got out of the Navy, kind of like deserted and stayed there with his Italian wife. Let's go ahead and bring this story up.
Inflatable pool, all delivered to singer David's home after he allegedly murdered a 14.
Like me, had no idea who David or D4vid is before this body was found in the trunk of his car. Let me catch you up.
But I think a lot of people are shocked that you can basically order a kill kit to your home through Amazon.
Items such as a body bag, 2 chainsaws, a burn cage, and a blue inflatable pool, all delivered to singer David's home after he allegedly murdered a 14-year-old girl, according to new details in a court filing from prosecutors in Los Angeles.
The details in this murder case are disturbing and extensive.
David is known for hits like Romantic Homicide, Investigators say David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, met Celeste Rivas Hernandez when she was 11 years old, and they started a sexual relationship in 2023 when she was 13, he was 18. Earlier this month, David was charged with her murder. Shocked by the new allegations, the Rivas family issuing a statement tonight. There are no words to express the indescribable pain the family is experiencing right now. The LA District Attorney's Office say they obtained text messages that showed a sexual relationship. In one, Rivas Hernandez allegedly texting David, "All we do is have sex and just hang out, man. I want more than that for myself."
These text messages are going to be a large part of their case to show why David allegedly committed this murder.
They allege in April of last year, she threatened to expose their relationship and destroy his career.
That leads up to April 23rd, when law enforcement believes that Celeste was brought to David's home by an Uber, stabbed multiple times, and then left there.
The filing goes on to say David used the chainsaw he had delivered to dismember her body. David has pleaded not guilty. As lawyers have said in the past, they will vigorously defend David's innocence.
First-degree murder with special circumstances. The special circumstances being lying in wait, committing this crime for financial gain, or murdering a witness in an investigation.
The victim's remains were found in the trunk of David's abandoned car last September, one day after she would have turned 15. 21-year-old David is being held without bail and is due back in court next month.
Yeah, I figured that, we definitely had to cover this because we covered this story before. And I wanted to make sure I do a follow-up as this story kind of went along. Oh my God, this is messed up. And oh yeah, that's a great question. How much are these damn kits, and why is that a thing? That's and the messed up part about it is his song. He made a song. What was it? Romantic Homicide or something like
I'm
that.
talking about it. If you look at the video, she's pretty much in the video.
Yeah, it's a girl who looks like that same girl.
Mm-hmm.
He's killing in the video. Like, dude, what the hell? Yes, with a burn cage included. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I'm not saying that I'll ever do any of the stuff that this sick ass person did. But if I was him and I was messing with an underage girl at 18, I'm messing with 13 it just makes me sick even think about it. A 13-year-old.
She was 11.
Well, 11 when they first met.
That's what I'm
13
saying.
when they first started, actually, and then kills her at 14 or allegedly kills her at 14. Dude, if you were worried about her exposing you, why didn't you just flee the country?
He did.
No, and stay gone.
Mm.
You didn't have to end that girl's life. Just flee the country. Then okay, and now there are going to be charges for what would it be? What would that be? Statutory rape?
Yes.
And probably all kind of all kind of crimes for messing with a minor. Okay, yeah, she would have been a sex offender. But there are plenty of other countries you could have fled to and no extradition laws. You have enough money that he could have found some place where else he could have lived and restarted his life and waited till statute of limitations came up. And once statute of limitations were up, then decided he wanted to come back to the States. And his career still probably would have been over. But it's over now.
Shit. Beyond over.
You might end up like is a group back in the day. I don't know who some of these people who are a little bit older might remember them. Well, and it also depends if you listen to rock music at all. It was a group by the name of Lost Prophets. And Lost Prophets is a British group that was starting to blow up. And their lead singer, I'm not going to even say what he was doing. As far as I know, he didn't take anybody's life, but what he was doing was horrific nonetheless. And when he finally got busted, he ended up getting, I think, like a 30-year prison sentence. Now, they did eventually, he eventually did not survive prison. But here, I'll just try to see the safest way to explain what he was doing. He was going much, 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 much younger. Including to like literal, like under the age of 2. I'll just say that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Say, oh, well, Jackie's here. Jackie, do you remember Lost Prophets at all? They had what I remember like 2 really big songs.
Bad Cookies, they met off of Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was streaming some shit like that. But I know this is gonna sound terrible. I'm not being desensitized or anything like that. Where the fuck are these people's parents, bro? Where the fuck are the parents? Like, what the fuck? Like, you ain't noticed your kid was missing? Where is your parents? Where are your older people in your life? Where is your support? Like, where are they? Nobody cares. Like, what? Y'all don't care until it's too late?
Yeah, here's because this Davis situation reminds, because I think this is going to be open and shut case.
Do you hear how many terabytes? You heard how much evidence they got? Why it took so long to indict him?
Going through all the evidence.
40 terabytes, y'all. 40 not 4 terabytes. 40. Have over 40 terabytes.
This was that's what I say. This Davis situation reminds me of this. And here's the AI review of it. Lead singer of Lost Prophets on the song Rooftops was Ian Watkins, sorry. As the front man, he performed vocals on the 2006 track album Liberation Transmission. Watkins was later convicted of severe child offenses in 2013, causing the band to disband, and reportedly died following a prison attack in October 2025. And this is him right here. Sick individual. And it's weird because I used to, it was a couple of their songs I really liked back in the day. But that David, it's hard. It's hard to listen to their song and think about this, what was going on during that time. Because I didn't learn about what was going on, any of that, until years later. Because, like, you know how you'll kind of listen to a song and you don't really follow what's going on. And especially with this going on in the UK, I didn't know any of this stuff was going on. I had no clue that this guy got locked up. Oh, that's a good point, Jackie. If she don't get a job at the police department, you could probably see her going to ICE.
Baby, they'll take them. They take anybody.
They'll take her.
They probably like her views.
But I'll tell you, my last thing I'll say on the David, this is where I see his future going. He's about to end up like Ian Watkins.
That's so sad. That's so sad, man.
Yep.
And the way they found her, it's so sad. It's so sad.
But his was worse because, you know, David mutilated that poor girl.
Yeah. Left her in the trunk of a car, and then they repoed the car. That shit's so crazy. So fucking crazy.
Oh yeah. On another note, I mean, because I don't want to head towards like keeping on a negative note. Let's try to take something that's a little lighter subject. And I'm gonna give y'all some homework. How many of y'all watch The Boys? I want to see it in the chat. I know I watch it. I know Teal watches. How many of y'all in the chat watch The Boys? Come on, don't all respond at once. There's a reason why I'm asking this question. I see a court lawyer has his hand raised.
Hey, knew that.
Okay. Well, there's a reason why I'm asking this question. And the reason why I'm asking this question is, yeah, he completely is. The reason why I'm asking the question is, I don't know when they finish filming this, but Homelander is pretty.
That's Trump, bro. It
Says, sorry, I'm not into. Yeah, it does have some Dingo. It does have some rough stuff in there to watch. I'm like, oh, why does that have to be in here? Is a Homelander from The Boys? Yes, Homelander is from The Boys. Homelander's just been a Homelander is Trump with superpowers.
Yes, it is. That's why we can't let him get
Dead on. And especially this fifth season. This fifth season, he literally starts to believe that he's a god. Actually, not that he is a god, that he is God. There's no God above him.
That's some shit, bro.
That's where he is now. He's literally has what? Internment camps where he's locking people up who tweet against him.
Who that sound like?
This dude, yes, down to the ice reference. I'm like, I don't know how because I know they filmed this before Trump was in office. I know they had to film these episodes, before his term started. How in the hell is this shit so dead on? I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there real quick because
art imitates life, bro.
Oh, Jackie, he is a complete loser. Without superpowers, he would be nothing.
He'd be Trump currently.
He would be Trump. That's why I say he's Trump with superpowers. He's literally Trump with superpowers. Because think, Homelander without the powers would probably be out of shape, probably be neurotic. Well, he already is neurotic, but
It's shit's sick, bro.
I mean, all the way down to the fact of everybody who's around Homelander walks around with eggshells because they're terrified of him. And I guarantee you that's what it has to be like working for Trump.
Baby, he firing somebody every day. He treat them people like this motherfucking what the fuck is the show? Come on now. You're fired.
He treated like The Apprentice.
Yeah.
I mean, and the crazy part about Homelander is he gets mad because people are scared of him. Yet, if you offend him the wrong way, he'll kill you instantly without even thinking about it. So it's like, dude, you have the ability to kill me at any moment and no recourse. Nobody to step in and stop and help. Of course I'm scared of you. And you're offended that I'm scared of you. Like, and that makes you even more like, what? And so everybody around him is just like nothing but yes men and women. Oh, that's funny, Bad Cookies. Oh, that's funny. That is hilarious. But I'm gonna do The Boys is I'm gonna do a video about crap, what's her name? Crap, I can't remember what the character's name is. I don't know. It's hard to remember what her name is. Because I always think of her from The Following. I don't know if you guys ever watched The Following, but it was a really good show about a serial killer who has a cult of serial killers.
I like that.
Oh yeah, The Following is a crazy show. And like the main star of it is like really into Edgar Allan Poe. And he starts off as a teacher and decides to start taking out people.
Oh, gonna have to start watching that. I'm googling it now. 'Cause I know you
The
had
Following was on Fox, and so I'm not sure exactly what it's on now. Sure, it's probably on like Hulu or something. I mean, it's gonna be on something. If not, it's probably on Tubi. I mean, hell, Tubi and Pluto have a lot of the shows. But The Following is starring Kevin Bacon and I can't remember the British guy who's in there, but it's a great actor. And I got sidetracked off. What's her name? Valerie Curry. Valerie Curry is one of the main supporters of the serial killer in there, and she plays, was it not Starfighter, Fire? What is her character in there? I can't remember. Valerie Curry. Her character on Firecracker. She plays Firecracker on The Boys. Her character is like a perfect representation of like most MAGA commentators. I mean, I'm gonna do a video on it, and so I warn anybody who's not caught up to date, hold off for this. Put that in your watch later when I do the video. Just put that in your watch later, because you're going to want to come back to it after you caught up. Yes, the redhead. Yeah. That's what I'll put. So if you do watch the show, because she's not on the first seasons. I think she comes in like season 3 or something. Here's an image of what she looks like, so you're familiar with her when, if you're watching the show, or if you're familiar with the show and you're like, I don't know who you're talking about. This is Firecracker from The Boys. And she plays like the perfect like MAGA type announcer, like podcaster, like I look at her as like almost like if you took Megyn Kelly and I don't know what, Carolyn Levitt, and like combine that into a superhero. Which I don't even think she has superpowers. I don't know. I think she does. Like she can start fires or something. I don't know. She never really uses her powers very often, but that's her as Firecracker. Now to tie in what I was talking about, The Following, I'll just put in her. Sorry. Let's see, Valerie Curry. Following. And this is her character on The Following. As she plays like the sidekick. James Purefoy. James Purefoy, that's the other star. It's Kevin Bacon and James Purefoy who star in it. And she plays like his most devoted, like, person in there, which I don't know. Maybe I just noticed that pattern. She's playing a person who's always like somebody's number one follower. Interesting.
That's so sad. We actually we correlate Trump to the fucking Homelander.
Yeah.
Homelander, bro. Do y'all know how bad that man is? He's terrible. Terrible.
I think Jackie, to answer your question, I think they said it was supposed to be a Cockney accent. but he is Australian. So, what was that too?
Cockney. I love Cockney accents.
Mm-hmm.
They're my favorite.
I think that's what he's. I think that's what he's supposed to be representing. Yeah, definitely. R.I.P. to Shanda. But
oh yeah, I'm about to watch the following.
You said Trump should be the D. Pete Olander. Wow. Yeah, I noticed from season to season the accent kind of changes. You know, I think it's a little bit better this season, like the 5th season. But the first couple of seasons, it's kind of going back and forth. You can tell, you can hear his New Zealand accent keep slipping out, which is weird. Like Anthony Starr, which plays Homelander, you don't hear his accent slip at all. You never hear his accent slip. And he's a New Zealander also.
So have you ever looked at like Homelander in real life?
Like the actor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you seen his his issues with humans in real life?
No, I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, he be getting in trouble in real life.
Oh really?
Yes. Anthony Starr.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I know I was worried about my boy Laz Alonso for a minute. He wasn't looking too good, you know, when he came back from like I think 4th season.
Oh, my man's be out here having full-fledged brawls with people.
Who, Anthony?
Yes. He
Oh
take that
wow.
Homelander shit to heart. He be beating people up.
Well, that could just be the drunk New Zealander in him, you know.
Yeah, he do be getting drunk, but he be having pub brawls and shit.
Well, that's a New Zealander Aussie type thing to do.
Don't say that. It dingo have my babies in here. Don't be like that. That's how racist.
He know the truth. He know.
He be over here say, "Don't do that." That's
he
racist.
knows some of his people like to get down. He knows that.
The racist one on the show. Good grief. Out here telling the Aussie people about themselves. I'll be fighting and drinking and fighting. It's the truth though. Y'all do be drinking and fighting.
And fighting. Yes.
And I'm just saying, I don't see us outside trying to beat up no kangaroos. Them bitches can box. I've seen kangaroo jacks.
Yeah, that's what I did hear him say that, Chris H. Laz Alonso said when he saw the I guess the poster come out for season 3, he was like, that's how I look right now. Oh my God, I need to lose weight. I don't know. I thought it looked fine on him. Yeah, Mother's Milk. Yep.
Okay. Have y'all ever read the comics? That's what I want to know. Who reading the comics?
I didn't even know about the boys before the comic.
You didn't know about the boy. You didn't know about the comics?
Nope.
Okay, so y'all would hate to know why Mother's Milk is called Mother's Milk.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that. See, I read the comics because when it comes to stuff like that, I'll read the manga while I'm waiting for the next season. That's why I haven't started this one yet. But for instance, Mother's Milk, he originally got his powers because he would still drink his mother's milk.
He was still what?
He would still drink his mother's milk.
Oh Lord! So that's how they gave that to Homelander?
Yeah. So he was born like this. He was born with superpowers, him and his siblings. And that's another thing. They don't talk about his siblings. Like his brother got murdered.
Well, on the show, they don't make it like he has superpowers.
Yeah, Mother's Milk got superpowers. He got superpowers because of his mother's milk. and like his brother had superpowers, and then his head got crushed in the helmet because his brain. It's just a whole bunch of shit, bro. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, like his story is like the saddest. Mother's Milk's story is so sad. It's terrible. It's sad. But they don't never talk about that. Or the one superhero who had the big old dangalang.
Yeah, that was gross.
Yeah,
that was very
that one.
gross.
That dude, you know what I'm saying? He's got a weird background story. I need to, what? Matter of fact, I think I'll find it and send you the link so you can like catch up on like the side stories that they never talk about, so that you can get a little better. Like if you think that just watching the show is rough, baby, the fucking comic is way worse. Way worse.
I know it's worse. I know it's worse.
Yeah,
because they were talking about some of the stuff that happened at Hero Gasm. It's like, oh no. And then some of the stuff I was hearing about Soldier Boy and that one. I don't know. It's like tells me it's some dark people out there.
Whoever wrote this is wild. I just want to say that.
Jackie, when we say it's not like the thing literally can like stretch out to like 10 feet long.
Yeah, like girl.
It can like wrap around you and like punch you with it. It's
like choke you out.
He literally like chokes people out with it. Like it's disgusting.
It's a wild story, y'all. It's a wild show. Just be thankful they don't give you the whole breakdown.
Some of the stuff is just so disgusting. Yeah, Soldier Boy, the way they made him in the show, from what I've seen, he's definitely a lot cooler. Where'd it go? I'm like,
I'm sending it
like
to you
a
now, Marcus.
a what?
Huh?
She said like a duck stinging.
Yes, honey. Yes. Yes.
They stretch out super long. What?
Well, yeah, it like they cast it out like a fishing line, and then it retracts back in. Like, I'm sorry, you weren't ready for that. I apologize.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it like it swirls back up in them, but when it's time to get busy, like they throw it out like a fishing line. It like a little, and it just be out there. That's
what
yeah.
the hell?
Mariah, why the fuck do you know about that?
I'm scared of looking this up. It's gonna look like RFK's search history in it for a while.
Hey, yo, can we talk about the fact that during the shootout, RFK was the only person that was not ducking?
Oh, that's so gross. Oh, that's so gross. Oh, that's so gross. Oh, my virgin eyes did not need to see that.
Gotta.
I was like, are y'all BSing me? But no.
Told you.
Oh, that was so gross. That was so gross. I used to show ducks in 4-H. Oh, that's probably what you know. Oh my duck. Oh my goodness. Y'all remember the movie Howard the Duck back in the day? Oh goodness, that probably would have been gross if you really took it to, Now look what we're talking about in the show. Wow. Dolphins and ducks, creepers of the animal world. I think a lot of animals are kind of on that. I'm trying to remember, what animal was it like that I was watching, where I was watching what is that guy's channel? He talks about all these different animals, and I think it was a rhino or whatever. Like when they mate, like the female like makes the male like chase her for like a long distance. And then like if she gets tired of running, he even like slows down, like she's like, oh no, Come on. Here I am. Come on. Come keep chasing. Yeah, Thomas, you came in at the wrong part of the show.
So sorry,
Hell of a
Thomas.
time.
Hi, Thomas. I just called you out a couple of hours ago saying, why isn't Thomas here with his cool ass?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Thomas. You came at the wrong time. We out here talking about duck dingalings and dolphins. But we were talking about how prideful you are when it comes to your, ethnicity and your peoples. We were talking about how much I respected that, but that was hours ago. You're gonna have to catch us next week. We're talking about duck dingalings right now. So sorry.
Yeah.
What about hyenas? What about that?
Don't they do a lot of biting?
They bite a lot like lions, but the female anatomy is crazy because they have an external vajayjay, like a penis.
What?
Yeah, they have an external vajayjay. So think about giving birth through your shit. That's how hyenas give birth. Yeah, painful, crazy. That's why you usually only have one cub, and them bitches like never again. Fuck, I look like. That's why they bite so much. Cause get the fuck off of me, bro. Not doing that shit again. Yeah. Go ahead, Google that one.
No, I don't think I don't think I'm built for that. I'm not built to see this. Ooh, good lord. I'm like, whoa, good lord. No, I've kind of got to the end of my topic, so I'm just kind of reading through the chat a little bit. So no, you're fine, bad cookies.
Now we out here doing a whole like biology class at the end of the show. Like, yeah, hyenas, dolphins, ducks, weird body parts, the boys, weird body parts.
Yeah, that's where this spun from. I'm sorry. I brought up the boys. It's my fault. Yeah, and somebody did bring up about Frenchie, which, yeah, I was like, why did it have to be, they snuck that in there. You know about Frenchie, right? That he's Israeli.
What?
He was part of the IOF. Well, all of them have to be. So they all have to join at some point. But I read about his account of going on raids in Gaza and stuff. Some mess up story about them like needing to apprehend like some teenage girl and stuff. It was, and he tried to talk about his PTSD from all that experience, and like, yeah, whatever.
If y'all believe if not y'all, but if you think people really believe that assassination was like a real deal, a Holyfield assassination, then they must believe that the Israelis put them up to it, straight like that. It was an inside job from the Israelis.
I guess what I will bring up, my question for you, I guess, before we get out of here. I think this is a good note to finish on. Right now we see that, we're starting to see some of the effects in the American economy for the straits being closed. Do you see a real ceasefire coming? I mean, like an end of the war, like Trump is saying?
No.
Or do you think this is about to keep going on for a lot longer?
Oh yeah, we got a little time to sit down on this one. I don't believe they're gonna do a ceasefire. They just put out another Lego video that was like, damn, America, y'all niggas poor as hell. We feel sorry for y'all. Like as long as they keep putting videos out trying to say they feel sorry for us and letting us know they killed Nipsey Hussle, they killed Tupac. Like, come on, bro. No.
I put Sister Soul. She plotting. That's what it is. Sage. What is it? What's her name? Sister Sage.
Oh, and by the way, I sent you that link on Threads.
Okay. Oh, I got a song for y'all because I put out the beginning of the show what I was listening to pre show, and I'll just give y'all one song that I recommend everybody to check out. And don't worry, I'm not gonna give y'all another song that doesn't have the lyrics because it's in Spanish. But the song I recommend to look up is called "War" by Residente. Honestly, there's two. I'm gonna give you two songs from him, and the titles are both in English, so it'll be easy to remember. And make sure you don't just watch. Don't just find the songs. Find the videos. You need to watch the videos for it. So War and let's see, where's my and symbol? And this is not. Bear with me as I type this out. Yeah. Check out these two songs. These are the two songs I got for you. War and This Is Not America. That's give y'all that. I know I just gave y'all shows to check on and this, but yep. Shout out to Warren. Peace and love to you also. Yeah, we're about to get out of here. But anything that you wanted to plug before we get out of here? I got a couple things.
So I got blunt. I mean, not blunt force. Sorry, we're not doing blunt force. What's up? I'll be on uh the AM Wake Up tomorrow for a little bit with Steve. Come catch us over there on Rumble and all the good shit. I'll be doing my Baked and Bougie on Friday. You can catch us on Twitch. That's my in person that I have, and then catch me again on Sunday with Marcus doing the Political Matrix. That's all I got for right now. Unless you want to watch my Twitch, play video games on Twitch, or watch my TikTok where I be line dancing. That's about all I got going on.
I put this not America. I meant This Is Not America. Yeah, check out War and then check out This Is Not America. The lyrics to those songs, and mind you, check when he dropped those songs. It might blow your mind a little bit how relevant they are today. But very, very deep songs. For those who like what's his name? What is it? Was it Low Key? I'm blanking on his name, the British. I think he's British. That drops, some political videos. Residente is very political in general, but make sure you check out those. What I got is, I know I said I was going to start last week. I just had a lot. Yeah, Low Key the rapper. He's very Residente is. He drops more than just political stuff, but this song is very in the. If you like the kind of stuff that Low Key drops, you'll definitely probably like these two songs that I put out that I mentioned. But yeah, I say keep an eye out for videos coming from me. I know I was going to start, and I am going to start at some point. I got a couple of videos set aside that I'm going to start working on. I'm thinking I don't know. I've been thinking if I want to do it or not. I kind of want to do it but for those people in California, if you're interested, I'm thinking about doing a quick breakdown of the candidates that are on the ballot for the governor's race, and I may do one for the LA mayoral race, just talking about the two main characters. I mean, I say characters. Well, that's kind of why I'll see them anyway. But yeah, just keep an eye.
Characters and candidates crazy.
Characters,
But
candidates,
let me
same
go do
thing.
some homework. Let me go do some homework so I can know who the fuck we talking about.
We're
'Cause at
talking.
this point,
What is it?
I don't know.
Graham Plattner is like the one from the right who he's actually a former reality TV star.
Oh
Kind of-
Jesus, another fucking Trump.
oh yeah.
Great.
He's the one who was like viral on one of those shows back in the day for like yelling and cussing out his own sister.
Hold up. He was on MTV. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll do my research. I know exactly which one it is. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's running because his he had a house out in the Palisades.
That caught on fire and burnt down.
Yeah, and so he has some points, but he's wildly inaccurate on many things. Like for instance, I know somebody for a fact who's received money from these
He was the first one to get a check cut.
He claims that nobody's gotten any checks and they've lost all the money and blah 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 blah, blah all that. I don't know. Is Kit doing a stream? I have no clue if Kit's doing a stream. I do not know the schedules of most of the other content creators, except for I just know some of them they go live quite often, and if I have the free time, I'll hop on and check them out. But it's too hard to keep up with life itself and do videos and my content to know exactly when other people are going on. But yeah, that's what I got. Just watch out for videos as they come. For the ones which are just strictly about candidates and stuff, I don't think I'm going to do them on the Political Matrix. I may just do them on my other channel. And also check out my other channel because I'm going to be doing more than politics on there. I'm going to be talking about all kind of stuff. So if you want to hear my opinion on all kind of just whatever I see that's caught my interest for the week, I'm going to be kind of doing some of that on my original channel. But yeah, that's what I got. Appreciation to all you guys for tuning in. Much love to y'all, safety, and hopefully all your families, are doing well and safe. Hug those loved ones while you have them, as we talked about earlier, when they were talking about Chanda, that she had an untimely demise. She was fighting with cancer, and cancer got the better of her, and we just never know. Any of us could be here one moment and gone the next. And so cherish each day, cherish your family and loved ones, and appreciate all y'all for the support that y'all give us. And we'll see y'all next week.
Thanks, y'all. See you next week.
Peace.
There is discrimination in this world, and slavery and slaughter and starvation. Governments repress their people. Millions are trapped in poverty, while the nation grows rich, and wealth is lavished on armaments everywhere. These are differing evils, but they are the common works of man. They reflect the imperfection of human justice, the inadequacy of human compassion, our lack of sensibility towards the suffering of our fellows. But we can perhaps remember, even if only for a time, those who live with us are our brothers, that they share with us the same short moment of life, that they seek as we do, nothing but the chance to live out their lives in purpose and happiness, winning what satisfaction and fulfillment they can.